Hello, welcome to the live stream. It looks like I messed up on the timing, the timing of the video and the countdown. Anyways, I'm trying to do too many things at once. How is everybody today? My name is Rob the Maritimer. Thank you for stopping by today's live stream. As some of you may know, I do this every week, every Tuesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. It's 2 o'clock here in Halifax. What's she doing? In Nova Scotia, I mean, and East Coast Canada. For those who are new, that's where I am. And I'm here to answer any questions that you have and also perhaps to give some demonstrations. I got a new little bit of a setup here, which I'll explain in a second. But if I press this button, you will see what I'm talking about. No, you won't. Well, I've got multiple views now, one of which is my phone. And she wants to leave, I think. But anyways, we'll get back to that shortly. I'll explain how I did that. Whoops. Too many buttons here. I'm just trying to make things complicated, I think. I think that's what I'm doing. Anyways, so what would you guys like to learn today? Let me know where you're watching from. If you're new here, especially, thanks for stopping in, and it's nice to meet you. And if you're returning, then welcome back. So this week there is not a members-only live stream on Wednesday, the doc party we call it, because we had one last week. And so the next one will be next week, next Wednesday. And that, for those who don't know, if you join the channel, there is an extra live stream that I do every second week. That so far I've been calling the dock party. Maybe we'll call it beach party or something. And I usually show up with a alcoholic drink, and there's far fewer people in the chat, so I get to answer everybody's questions instead of perhaps your question getting missed. But I try to answer as many of these questions as I can. But if I can't answer your question, maybe somebody else can answer if you ask it in the chat. If you can do me a favor and put 3 Qs in front of your question, that'll increase the chances that I won't miss yours and I'll be able to answer it. I think that's all I've got to say. Free stuff. Again, this is mostly for people who are new. You can join Creators Cove, which is a free community, link in the description below. And I think we've got 760 or so people in there now. People that are very helpful, people who ask questions and get answers from other people there, including myself, and a place where you can share your wins and just meet other people. The other thing, I've got a free stats tracker, which you can download in the description below. That will help you track your YouTube channel. It's what I use. It's just the Excel spreadsheet or Google Sheets spreadsheet that I use. What are you doing? Don't do that. Oh my. I don't know if you can see her, but she's up there. Stats tracker. Yep. She's going to knock that off, isn't she? What are you doing? All right, come on up here. Come on up here. And what else? I've got a free guide you can download that will help you get started with YouTube. So enough said there. Why don't I get right into the chat to see if we have any questions and to see where you all are watching from. First message was me. Hey, everyone. No, we don't. Hi, Rob. How's it going? It's going great. It's going great. Thank you very much. Hello, Barb. Good to see you here. Georgia fan, I have a few questions today. Do you want me to space them out or ask all at once? Your call. Go ahead and ask away. You can only type so much into the chat, so I might have to let her out of the room. She's going crazy. Anyways, your call. That doesn't display properly in this system. Angela, good day. How you doing? Good to see you. Let's see what else we got. Here's a question. First question. Travel the world. Welcome. Question is, I'm just getting started and I published a video of some kids. I made it public so I could see how it looks. Problem is my channel does not come up in any searches. Do I have to publish more? Yeah, yeah. The search thing takes a little bit of time. Okay, so that won't appear right away. And to answer your question, I'm assuming you've only posted one video. Just getting started. Published a video of some kids. Do I have to publish more? The answer to that question is yes. Like one video is not going to do it. It could still show up in search, but it's going to take some time. It takes YouTube time to figure out who you are, what you're all about, what kind of videos you make, and who you're making videos for. And as soon as, the more videos you upload that are all about the same kind of topic, or better put, are all targeting the same audience, are all for the same audience, the same people, like all your videos. If you do that and you upload consistently, YouTube will get better and better at figuring out who you're trying to reach. As you start getting subscribers and views, YouTube will start putting it out in front of more people, like the people who subscribed and viewed. Okay, but yeah, one video typically isn't enough, unless it does get found. And it's an incredible video that everybody who watches it from start to finish. And every time your thumbnail shows up, it's clicked. Things like that are really good signals. And if everybody comments and everybody clicks like, then you're going to be shown more. That video will be pushed out more by YouTube. That's what they want. But YouTube is not a one and done thing. You have to keep posting. Keep posting. I can't wait to see Big Brother Rob in his sharp goggles. Keep doing what you're doing, so thank you very much. Appreciate that. Herman. Okay, who else we got? Sincred. Hello, how you doing? Good to see you. Accidental Software Engineer. Good to see you again. All About the Alternative. Good afternoon. Adventure with Me. Looking forward to the live this week. Love watching. Awesome. Good to see you again. And here's a question. How do you think you triggered your relevant audience when you first went live? Was it through the title used, your already subscribers who watched your niche content, or do you get newbies by live? Yes, everything. Yes, I believe YouTube does push lives more than regular videos. I see that every week. I get new people showing up, and I schedule my lives ahead of time. So I try to, definitely want to schedule it before 30 minutes before. Today, I think I scheduled it, it was around 8 o'clock this morning. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 hours in advance. Usually it's around 10 o'clock. But anyways, you want to schedule it at least an hour in advance. And then that gives YouTube a chance to, put it up there and send reminders to to notify your subscribers. They'll get notified. Particularly if they subscribed and clicked the bell icon to get all notifications. They'll be notified, I think, an hour before you go live, 30 minutes before, maybe even more often than not. That kind of thing, I think, changes over time. But failing that, not failing that, in addition to that, YouTube will also let people know. They will just put your live up in the browse screen for people similar to the people who normally watch your lives or subscribe to your channel. So I think that's how other people find it as well. And I noticed that right from the beginning. When I started going live, I would start seeing new people show up. But in addition, how did I trigger my relevant audience when I first went live? So here's what I did. I'm not quite sure what to do with this second. Should I switch to that? Let me show you that one for a little bit so you can kind of see what's going on while I answer your question. I'll pop your question back up again here. When I first went live, what I did was I picked a date in the future. I think it was around a month out. And the videos that I made leading up to that, I advertised. Like at the end of all those videos, I think there were 3 or 4 videos that I made leading up to that. I advertised that I was going to go live, and it was a quick little thing, a little 1-minute blurb at the end of my video. I think at the time I had a little longer intro, which I don't recommend anymore, but what I was doing was I also advertised there. Very quick, like 15 seconds, that, if you like my content, come back on Tuesdays or whatever. Anyway, so for the first 3 or 4, what I did is I actually said the date that I was going to go live, like whether it was, I don't know, June 1st. Starting June 1st, I'm going to go live every Tuesday. And so, come back and watch me get help, watch me do demonstrations, whatever it was. Then when I did go live, then I kind of advertised my videos a little bit. I would say, here's the videos I made the last few weeks, the last few videos, the last week. I was making 3 videos at a time, or 3 videos a week at that time. I'm going to switch back to this. I think you've seen that enough for now. And in the live, I would go over what those videos were talking about, what I talked about in those videos. And I also talked about the videos that were coming up, that I was working on for the future. And then I started taking questions. My first live, I had 4 people show up. The second one, I think when I say 4 show up, 4 concurrent viewers. 4 people were there at one time. Right now, we've got 101 in here. Awesome. Thank you guys very much. I hope you enjoy this. And it just grew from there every week. Live streams can promote your videos, can promote your live streams, and so on, so on, so on. And that's what worked for me. And really what it's all about is connecting with your audience, or making yourself accessible, making yourself available to your audience, to your viewers, and those who really like your stuff would love to see you live and maybe have more questions. They come into your live, they ask questions, they get their questions answered. I throw their questions up on the screen like I've done here, and people like that. They feel closer to you, and I to them, and that's what it's all about. That's the way I think YouTube works best. Far better than faceless channels where people never see you, maybe even never hear you. Some people are trying to make videos just based on AI, where the audience never sees the person or never even hears the person. It's just a message. Okay, that can work, I suppose, but I just think it's a whole lot harder because you're taking yourself out of it, and you are the difference maker, right? I don't teach or demonstrate anything in my lives or in my videos that you can't learn from somebody else. Okay, I'm not reinventing any wheels here. So I think the difference is the way I make myself available. Maybe some people prefer the way I speak over other people. I tend to say and ah a lot more than, like, my videos aren't as heavily edited as some others, right? I leave mistakes in, and I just, makes you seem more real and stuff, right? So anyways, I hope that answered your question. Adventure with me. Thank you for the question. Would be careful posting videos of kids. Yeah, that's a good piece of advice. Absolutely. That's not something I do, but when you post videos, there's a checkbox you have to check there. Is your video for kids or not, right? So if you're making videos for kids, then you need to check that. I always check that I'm not. I think when it becomes more popular, it shows on the search results more. Travel World. Oh, okay, you're answering, yeah. And I believe you're right, yes. Okay. And thanks for turning the ads off. No problem. No problem. I don't monetize these live streams until they're over. Okay, so that you don't see ads. If you saw an ad right now, it would interrupt me and I'd be still talking. I won't know when you see an ad, and presumably you would all probably see ads at different intervals. I don't know exactly how that works, but the problem is I'm not paused. Right? I don't pause for ads. I don't even know when they happen. So you will miss things if I had that on. So I turn it on afterwards, because anybody watching on the replay, ads, when an ad plays, I am paused, right? So you wouldn't miss anything. So I like to explain that just so everybody knows. Hola, Fabi, how you doing? Good to see you. It's a hit or miss thing. YouTube puts the videos it thinks people want to see on the front page. It's not always a popular YouTuber. 100% correct. And I've noticed more and more very small YouTubers being put on that homepage. Like the homepage is not filled up only of, popular YouTubers, just like you said. They give other people a chance too, because YouTube wants more people to start creating and be successful at it. The more people into their ecosystem, the more people who are watching YouTubes, the more money YouTube makes on ads. That's the bottom line. And if they can promote some small YouTuber and that results in them not giving up, right? Now all of a sudden they're getting views and they're excited, so they make more videos and their channel starts to grow, and boom, there you go. Another good creator who's in this perhaps for the long haul, making good videos, getting lots of views, making YouTube lots of money, but also making yourself lots of money if you stick with it. So that's a little bit about how it kind of works, or the way I understand it. That is 100% a Lions hat. Yes, they do rule. Well, they didn't win last year, but they will this year. Look at Fluffy relaxing in front of the camera. What is she doing now? Oh, she's laying down. What does she got? Oh, it's just her paw. Do you see her in that view? A little bit sometimes. Anyways, where are we? We've got Barb here from Seguin, Texas. Welcome, Barb. Good to see you here. When I started, my channel didn't show up either, but after posting more videos, it did. Absolutely correct. That's right. Awesome. Hello, Alan. Good to see you again here. Terry Miller. Hello, Terry. Good to see you. Digging the music. Because of that music, I could probably never give up my Epidemic Sound subscription because that's where I got that. And yeah, I like it. I put it in a lot of my videos. Usually at the end. Used to be I put it at the beginning and the end, but anyways, that's just kind of the way it works. We've got a super chat. Thank you, Chronicles. I really appreciate that. Let me jump down here and pop your question on screen. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. My first video got a small traction, garnering 133 views. Second video got none. Now I know that I have to really niche down to subtopics under the self-development umbrella. Yeah, so yeah, see, if you post a video and maybe YouTube tries to figure out who you're trying to reach, maybe it's in your keywords, your description, the transcript of your video, whatever it is, you got views, right? And YouTube will learn, they don't learn a lot from your first video, but whatever they do learn, like they'll learn more from your second video. But if your second video is not related to your first video at all, like if it's on a completely different subject, then yeah, YouTube won't know who to show that to. So the more you can stay on point with a niche, the more you can niche down, the better. And for those of you who don't want to niche down and you just want to make videos about whatever you want to make, that's totally fine. But if you do want to make some money at this and turn it maybe into a business or at least a decent side hustle, then you do have to niche down. You have to start with one little topic and kind of beat the daylights out of it for several videos. And then you can slowly try to branch a little bit away from it with other videos, but then get back to your topic and then try to branch out again. Keep trying new things. The more popular you get in YouTube, the more you're able to kind of branch out like that. Okay. And, it doesn't work trying to do that before you get any traction whatsoever. So, I guess you kind of learn that with your second video. So I would suggest your third video, go back to the same topic that your first video was about. So I hope that helps. Let me try to get back to where I was here, just looking for, where was the question? Here we are. We had Terry there digging the music. A question from Aussie English with Steph. Hello, Steph. Good to see you here. What program do you use to go live? Someone was telling me about Riverside. Sorry if you've mentioned this before. Don't be sorry. I do mention this in most of my lives, but that's okay. There's new people here all the time, and that's what I'm here for. So the best thing to do is to show you, well, I'll tell you, Ecamm Live is what I use. It's software that only works on a Mac. So if you don't have a Mac, if you do have a Mac, then Ecamm Live is what I recommend. And I think I have a link to that down below. If you don't have a Mac, something similar would be, I'm going to say vMix is software you download just for your PC. But other ways you can do it are browser-based systems, not software that you run. And you mentioned Riverside. That is a browser-based thing, which I've never used myself, but StreamYard is another one that I have used. So that's another browser-based one. And then probably the most popular one, because it's free, is OBS. That's other software. So what these allow you to do is set up scenes of different views, different. So I have set up several scenes. This is one. That's another scene. That's another scene. That's just my iPhone that I've got on a tripod here. And that's another scene where you can see all three angles at once. It's a little bit hard to take, but I was starting to create this so if I wanted to show you something with my iPhone, like whatever it is in my office, like the cat sleeping, I could do that and you would still see the other views. So that's, I ran out of time. That's why I'm a little late going live, because I was just setting this up when 2 o'clock came along. And if those are curious, that is how I'm doing the second angle, right? That's on a little slider that I've got plugged in to the computer. So that's just going back and forth really slow. And that is that view right there. So anyways, I've shown you way more than you asked me for, but just something I'm playing with right now. I've had that slider for a year and a half. I've used it once before, but I thought I'd break it out again today. So I hope that helped. Steph, thank you for the question. And we have another super chat. Blackbird Studio, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And you have a question. So let me pop you up on the screen. Super chats. Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Your question is, all of my shorts get 1,000 plus views, some up to 5,000. Very good. Any longer form videos get 20 to 100 views. Will the shorts help my channel be seen more, or should I be worried about the fact that my full-length videos don't get many? Okay, so actually, let me just move that up a little bit and bring this out a little bit. Okay, so shorts and long form, two totally different things. Okay, and I think require two totally different skill sets. Yes, you edit videos for both of them, and you can edit them. You can use the same program. All editing programs that I'm aware of, you can edit shorts or long form. Some people will just film a short on their phone and then upload it right from their phone, and that's fine. No editing, or maybe minimal editing with iMovie or something. But the thing is, so I haven't done many shorts. The ones that I've done are just clips from within a long form video that I made. I feel like it's a lot harder to earn money with shorts. Okay, but again, that's just me, because that's not what I've really ever focused on. My use of shorts is more to kind of support my long form videos, and I don't know how much that really helps. At one point I thought it did, and then I was thinking, you know what, like, why would it? Because the audience is different, right? Audience that are here watching long form videos typically aren't here to watch shorts, okay? Whereas an audience or viewers who are watching shorts, they may be, laying down on the couch and just kind of, flipping through shorts, or like reels on Instagram, right? Or TikToks. And if you do that, and I mean, I do that too sometimes, but when I do that, I don't typically look for like who made the short. It's very rare that I do. I'm just looking for entertainment. I'm watching 5 seconds of a video at a time and I swipe, right? So I think it's a lot harder to get subscribers that way. And shorts are more for, or I guess it works better if you can make a short that is super entertaining or really funny, or for whatever reason, people just want to watch all of it and then watch it again and again. And if it's a funny I mean, I like kind of scare pranks, right? Or stuff like that. And if I see the one that's funny, I'll show it to someone else. Like, look at this, isn't that, you know what? You see something funny, you show it to somebody, you watch it a couple more times, you share it with your friends, they all watch it. You know what I mean? Like but at no time in that whole process does anybody typically subscribe to whoever made that, okay? Nor do people usually, go to the person's channel and see what kind of long form videos they're making, right? So I see them as two totally different things. Long form videos, that's where you can make some money if you get good at making those. And then it's all about retention. You got to make your thumbnail. It's got to be something people want to click, because people actually click to watch your video, right? Whereas a short, it's put right in front of you, right? And YouTube will test to see how well it works. I've never been able to figure out, why some shorts get 200 views and some get 2,000 views, right? Just sometimes it just must, the ones that get more views must resonate more with people. But again, I have a short that's had tens of thousands of views. I don't know what it's up to now, but a lot. And I think it's earned me $2 over the course of a year. So, whereas a good long form video may make several $100s by itself or more. So, two totally different audiences. And therefore, I suggest you focus on one or the other, whichever you prefer to make. For me, it's long form. But again, every once in a while, I'll take my long form. Like just last week, actually, it was the first time in 6 months. I took a long form video and I plugged it into Opus Clip, and it generated 15 or 20, I think, 30-second to a minute and a half long shorts that were all excerpts out of my main video. And then you can go in and edit it if you want, and then download whichever ones you like and then post them. Done. And the only reason I did that is, just to keep my shorts feed relatively current, because there is some overlap. So I think, I just think it helps for branding purposes, really. I don't make them to make money from them. It's more of a branding thing. And I think it took me 15 minutes to plug in 3 long form videos, and I made, 25 shorts or something, or maybe not quite that many. But anyways, so I hope that helped bring a little bit of clarity to how it works, or what I feel like, how I think it works, or how it's worked for me. There you go. And thanks again for the super chat. All right. Let me scroll back up here, find my place. Where was I? That's the last one I remember. Is that a Lions hat? Yes, it is. Go Lions. I'm going to have to get a new one soon because that one's getting a little ragged looking. I think I went back too far. Oh, there is the question from Steph. I answered that one. Yeah. Okay. Hello, Carolyn. How you doing? Good to see you. Hello, John. Good to see you from North Carolina. All is well for me today. Thank you very much. Okay, all about the alternative. I knew that Rob had a live today, but it wasn't showing at all when I clicked on live. I had to click on Rob's page to get it. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense, because if you click on live, there's probably thousands, if not tens of thousands or more people going live at one time. But I feel like, so I've never found a live by going to the live tab in YouTube. Not at all. You get to know the creators you like, and then you kind of get to know their schedule. It helps if you go live. If you want to do live streaming, it does help to kind of set a schedule and more or less stick to that, because people will get to know when you go live. But it's more that when people who are subscribed to you, or even people who are not, but certainly the people who are, if you're going to go live within the hour or within 30 minutes or whatever, and you've got it set up ahead of time, then whenever those people, let's say 12 minutes before you go live, for whatever reason, somebody opens up YouTube and they want to just kind of, Rob's going live in 12 minutes. Okay, I'm going to click on that, right? Or even right now, if somebody goes to open up YouTube who's not in here, it may show up on their browse page, and they'll click and they'll come on in. Okay, so that's a little bit about how that works. But no, I've never gone to the live tab to look for a live stream. All right. Let's see. Cute cat. Yes, she is. Good day, Jane. Hello. Good to see you here. Cute cat. Yeah, I think everybody's here for the cat. I watch your videos while I'm working out and getting my steps in. Awesome. Very good. I sometimes make videos while I'm getting my steps in out on the trail. Walk and talk videos. That's my favorite kind of video to make. I just need to have something to talk about, and I'll take my camera and mic with me and go for a walk. Get some steps in. Hello from Belgium. Hello. 50 Takes of Gray. Cute name. Thanks for stopping in. Steph has a question. I like the music too. Where do you get it from? So it's Epidemic Sound is where I get it, and it's called, I should know this by now, but I typically forget. So does this work? Yeah. So this is Epidemic Sound and Evergreen Fields. I think that's it. Oh, that's the artist. There, it says I've downloaded this one. So it's probably this. Yeah, they make other songs too. All right. Anyway, but that's the one I picked over a year ago, and I'm still sticking with it. Every once in a while, I'll put some different music in my videos. And yeah, you can download it right here if you've got an Epidemic Sound account. That's the way that works. And royalty free. So you can plug in your YouTube channel into your Epidemic Sound account, and that helps avoid any copyright issues, right? So any video that I make with that song in it can exist forever, okay? But if my subscription ran out, say tomorrow, everything that I ever made up until that point can have that music in it, and it's no problem. But if I make a video the day after my subscription ended, I can't use it, okay? So yeah, that's the way the licensing works. I don't exactly know how they track it all, but I know they do. So Matt Man Solar, hello from sunny Florida. Hello, Matt Man. Good to see you here. Watching from Newfoundland, that's not far from here. Awesome. Terry's in South Florida. Awesome. Mike. Hello, Mike. Good to see you here. From Minnesota. Question to go live. I noticed you have to give 24-hour notice. Is this just a first-time thing or have to do it every time? Just the first time. Yeah. The first time you have to, I think once I forget how it works, whether you have to request to go live or click that you intend to go live or something like that. Yeah, it's within 24 hours they'll have, I think it usually happens quicker than that, but they might say it could take up to 24 hours. But then, no, there's no once you go live once, no restrictions after that. And also, some people, I'm finding out, some people think that you need 50 subscribers to go live on YouTube. That's not true. It is true if you go live direct from your phone through the YouTube app. Then you need 50 subscribers. I don't know why, but if you go live from your computer, from your browser, YouTube Studio in your browser, then you don't need any subscribers. You could go live to nobody with no subscribers. So again, I don't know why they make that distinction, but they do. Jane is also in Southwest Florida. Very good. My parents used to have a condo in Southwest Florida, Fort Myers. Beautiful. Beautiful. I remember walking on the beach there, I don't know, 20 years ago. Christmas time, I was there for Christmas, and I was in my shorts and maybe had a sweater on, but feet walking on the beach in the water, and the locals thought I was nuts. The locals all had jackets and jeans, and but it was warm to me. All right. Carolyn's in California. Awesome. Welcome, Carolyn. South Wales, UK. Go outdoors with Damo. Welcome. Do you go live directly from your desktop or do you use some kind of software? So how do you get the music intro? So the software I use is Ecamm Live, and it is on my MacBook Pro that I use. That's my computer. Excuse me. I could probably show you the software. So that's what it looks like on my MacBook. And Ecamm is great because it pulls in the chats from YouTube Studio and it shows them right here. I don't know if you can see. It shows them right here. What am I pointing at? Right there. See that? Those are all the chats. And then what I can do is I can click any of them. Let's click on yours. You had the question, and it shows up on screen. So I love that about Ecamm Live. You can also do that with StreamYard. But let me see. I think you can do that with Riverside as well. Not too sure. And vMix as well. OBS, I had a hard time doing it. And then you set up scenes here, and here's overlays. You can set up graphics and all kinds of stuff. It shows you, your volume levels up here, which I realized I forgot to even ask everybody if my I hit the wrong. I forgot to ask you if my audio was okay. I assume it is. It is. So I've started these live streams without my mic on in the past, and but yeah. So usually I ask, but maybe I'm getting a little more comfortable. Maybe I knew. Hello from Calgary. Thanks for your videos. Made 4 videos so far on YouTube. Still haven't made them public yet. Might today, but inspired by what you had to say. Thank you. No problem. ETEP Studios. Congrats on making your first videos. If I were you, I'd probably not release them all 4 at once, but that's just me. I mean, some people may do that, but I'd probably, put one out. I guess it's going to depend on how often you can make videos, but if you think you can make 3 a week, then put one out every couple days, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you think you can only make 1 a week, well, then maybe the first 4 you put out a little quicker than that, but then settle in on 1 a week. Some people like to give their channels a bit of a boost by having more than 1 video there right off the get-go, and that's fine. But I feel like if you let each video breathe on its own a little bit and either succeed or fail on its own, just give it a couple days before you post another one, I feel like that is better. No hard proof of that, though. So YouTube has said that each video will stand on its own and is not affected by your other videos. But anyways, that's one of the things that you can test out. But good luck with you. Melody from Delaware, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Arctic Brush has a question. Excuse me. Hi, Rob. If you don't mind, can you please remind us where you use your free music from? Okay. Yeah, Epidemic Sound. So, and I think I've showed that. So, yeah, epidemicsound.com, and I do have a link to it down below. Robin, good morning from BC. Awesome. Thanks for stopping in. Germ from Columbia River Gorge in the USA. Hello. Good to see you here. Sophia is from Portugal. Welcome back, Sophia. All the cameras, that's right. Ontario, awesome. Okay, I am going to just kind of keep scrolling now and look for questions since I'll never get to everybody. Here's another question from Terry again. My niche is beauty tips for women over 50. Do you think it is okay to talk about menopause or empty nest? The audience is the same for all of it. Absolutely. Yeah, why not? If women are over 50, women over 50 go through menopause. Women over 50 are empty nesters, some of them, right? So absolutely, those are 2 good examples of a way you can, try something new, right? So absolutely you can. And you may find you get more, you may find you get better results from one of those topics than another, then maybe do more of that topic that did well. If you want to kind of follow your audience and take their advice on what kind of videos to make. So anyways, yeah, that's what I would do if I were you. I feel like I haven't spoken in a few days. My voice is, so what are you doing? Talking so much. All right. John's Universe question, vidIQ or TubeBuddy? What is your choice? So I've got vidIQ. They're both good. And if I ever get off my butt, I am going to be making a vidIQ video to kind of explain how I use it and my favorite parts of it. I love the free plugin that comes with it. Again, TubeBuddy has one too, but I just, for whatever reason, I like vidIQ better. I've been a subscriber of theirs for I'm going to say 2 years now, and I love it. So yeah, I'm going to make a video on that soon. The list is growing. All right. Let's see. Here's another question. Murilo, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. I started my YouTube video, and in my first month, I got around 30,000 views, I assume. And since that, I just completed 3 months. The amount of views dropped a lot. I'm still producing the same kind of content. Part 2 here. Before was around 3,000 to 5,000, and now is always around 1,000 to 1,500. Again, views, I'm assuming. Yeah, I mean, there's no way for me to know like why that happened, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's out of the ordinary. Like it's not normal, to use a double negative. It's just a matter of again trying new things. Dig into your analytics and try to figure out why. Like, how's your click-through rate? Look at your thumbnails. Are they performing worse than they were or the same? If they're the same, then maybe that's not the issue. It could just be the content, right? The content might be maybe for whatever reason people aren't sticking around for as long. So check your retention on each video. Like, look at it on a video-by-video basis and see if you can find something there. Again, YouTube is all about trying things, seeing how they work, and constantly adjusting. You can't, there's no winning formula to YouTube. You can't design the perfect YouTube formula and expect that to work all the time because things change. YouTube updates their algorithm from time to time, and maybe your videos for whatever reason might not be as popular with the algorithm updates. So you try something a little bit different. Maybe your audience is getting used to, maybe all your thumbnails are the same and it's time to treat them with one that's a little bit different, right? Or change up your intro inside your video. So those are ideas you can try, but you can never kind of sit on your laurels and expect a formula that, oh wow, is working great out of the gate and expect that to continue forever, because it doesn't work that way. I hope that helped. All right. Just Positive Energy. Nice to meet you too. Thanks for stopping in. France is in the house. Welcome. Rosanny Designs. Welcome. Okay, let's see. More questions here. I'm going to try not to fall too far behind. Here's a question from Tay. Why YouTube sometimes takes minutes to download a video and other times more than 1 hour? Not quite sure what you mean by YouTube downloading a video, or are you talking about when you upload a video to YouTube? Either way, it's typically to do with your internet connection speed, right? Maybe, I'm assuming YouTube's connection is good, always. Not always the case. Sometimes they could have hiccups, but when they do have hiccups, it typically makes the news. And I don't remember the last time I've heard of YouTube having a problem. I've heard of, I don't know, like, maybe Facebook, or I don't know. That might be inaccurate. But when those big boys run into troubles and lose connectivity, it makes the news. So it's likely on your, like, maybe if you were downloading to your phone or uploading from your phone, either way, maybe you had a sketchy connection to the cell phone towers, or maybe your Wi-Fi had a glitch or whatever. So it's all to do with the internet connection. So I hope that helps. All right, scroll. Look, here's some cues. I want to make an opinion video about a particular weight loss TV show. I wanted to say the name of the TV show and maybe use a still or their logo. Do you have any guidance about what is allowed? So what is it allowed? Well, I mean, here's the thing. If you use copyrighted material in your videos, the owner of that material may request that your video be taken down. So copyrighted material could be somebody's logo. It could be music. It could be video, whatever. So if you use anything that's not yours, then it could be taken down. Now, when will it not be taken down? Typically, if you use them in a good light, like if you're going to be giving a positive review to a company, then including their logo, they'd probably be very appreciative of that, right? So they're not going to cause a problem for you. If it's a negative review, then it might be something you want to look into a little deeper before you say who they are. Okay, so it's an opinion video, so yeah, I guess opinions could be positive or negative, right? You just have to be careful. That's really all I can say on that. I mean, you never know. Like, it's the owners of the copyrights that have the say. Okay, like for instance, if I were to play a, I don't know, Bon Jovi song in my live stream, I don't own that song. Bon Jovi does. So I think what typically happens is, or it may not be Bon Jovi, it might be the record label or the, whoever owns the rights to that music. What typically happens is, well, it could either be taken down, like YouTube may take it down automatically and say, copyrighted music found, you can't play this. Or the copyright owner may say, no, let it play, but I want all the money that's made from that video, from my video. So then my video can't be monetized by me, but any money earned from my video would go to the owner of that music or that logo or that whatever it is that's copyrighted material that I used. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of how that works. All right. Here's a question from Barbara. No grit, no pearl. I slacked off with videos because of getting sick for a couple of weeks. YouTube reduced my total views by half. I don't understand how that works. Can you explain it for me? Okay, so I'm assuming you mean they reduced the number of views your videos already had or already received, like after the fact, they reduced them. Typically, that happens when YouTube discovers some non-legitimate clicks or views were attributed to your video. And that happens, right? Sometimes there are robots out there, click farms and stuff, that'll click on a video and but they don't count. I mean, they may count initially, but when YouTube discovers it, it's like, okay, no, those weren't real people. We'll delete those views, right? So that happens every once in a while. Another thing, and this is something to stay away from, but if, not saying you did this, but for anybody out there who is thinking about trying to increase your views or subscribers and you want to pay somebody to like buy views, buy subscribers, stuff like that, that's a big no-no. Not only will YouTube, once they catch on, they'll delete them, but also you could get into trouble with YouTube. They could close down your account, right? So that's not allowed by YouTube. So yeah, those are some reasons why that could have happened. Thank you, Peter. Yep, thumbs up if you're enjoying this content. Thank you for the reminder there. Yeah, Terry, I don't think you're alone there. That's one of the things I kind of like to push, and it's kind of the way I'm making my videos, as authentic as I can. Warts and all, I like to say, right? So the less editing, it takes a lot less time to edit your videos if you're not editing them very much. And B, people actually like those kinds of videos. They're not as turned on by heavily edited, text flying in and out all over the place, heavy use of sound effects and all this stuff that you could do to make a video really look very professional. But that's not necessarily going to get you views. What tends to get views today are people talking to their phone and making a raw video talking about whatever. Well, I mean, not whatever, but whatever it is they're talking about, if it resonates with a lot of people, right? That's what people want. So if you find a topic that a lot of people would love some help with, typically it's So I was going to say that people are interested in, but there's a big difference here. I'm not talking about opinion stuff. Like if you pick up a camera and you want to make a video about you talking about your opinion on something, and it could be politics, could be religion, could be whatever. It doesn't have to be anything controversial either. It could just be your opinion on anything, your opinion on cars, trains, boats, whatever. People don't care. To be quite frank, people don't care what your opinion is on stuff. I'm like, that's the hard truth. I'm sorry. Once they get to know you, they may be interested in what your thoughts are on this, that, or the other thing. That's valid. But they don't go to YouTube to listen to other people's opinions, typically, unless it's somebody who's very well known, maybe has a podcast, and you know them well, you follow them, and you want to hear their opinion on something. But if you're a brand new creator, it's really hard to get an opinion-based channel going unless there's something else you've got to offer, something super entertaining, or I don't know what. So what works better is if you make videos that help people. And now maybe you don't consider yourself a teacher or very good at explaining things, but that's when the authenticity comes back. You don't have to be a perfect teacher. Just talk to the camera like it's your friend, like your friend just asked you something, like, can you help me understand how I can grow my YouTube channel? All right, well, I'll tell you what I know. This is what I know, and then talk to them like they're a human being. I know it's hard because it's a camera, right? But if you can somehow make that connection that the camera is a friend of yours, right? And then talk to the camera like it's your friend and try to help them out. That's what people want on YouTube. That's what will grow your channel. So not the only way, but I think the best way and the easiest way. So I hope that helped. But so yeah, Terry, not super edited. I like that. Not super edited. Our lives are not edited. That's right. Yeah, live stream. This right here, me talking, is a live stream. When I'm done in 5 or 6 hours, or however long I'm going to be here, I'm not going to be here 6 hours. It's now a video on YouTube that people can go back to and watch at another time. It's a video that I did not edit. I just made it, and so if you can get used to, that's another thing. If you can get used to doing this, doing lives, that will make talking to a camera a whole lot easier. This is great practice for talking to a camera because that's what I'm doing right now. And just to kind of show you, there, can you see me in the camera? This is me talking to this camera. It's 2.5 or so. That's 1 foot. 2 to 3 feet away from me. And there's the mic that you're hearing me on. I've got that attached to the wall up there. Yeah, just talk to the camera as naturally as you can. Oh, Anna, really enjoyed your sailing video. I'm a sailor. Okay, and noticed your chill sail with just the main. Oh, you caught that. I didn't know you were a sailor, but yeah, it was windy. It was windy. So this is a video. I think it was my second last video that I made. Or no, my last video. It was last Friday. Thursday when I went out with Dad and Callie. And yeah, it was windy. And he's, he doesn't move all that fast. My father, that is. And if we were going to go with 2 sails, it would have been me running all over the place doing both sails. So, and that's fine. I like it. But I just thought it was windy enough. We were doing 7 knots at one point with just the main. But anyways, that's sailor speak. But I know you understand it, Anna. Good morning, brother. Watching all the way from Jamaica. Awesome. Welcome, Jamaica. Good to see you here. Overly edited videos are a bit much. I agree, Brandon. Couldn't agree more. Do you recommend focusing on just one channel or create other channels to experiment with content? Hey, if you've got the time, go for it. Have another channel, experiment. That's fine. I feel like it's really hard to grow more than one channel. It's hard enough to grow one channel than to grow 2. So, but if you want to experiment with things and just throw it up on a second channel and that's just kind of your testing ground, then yeah, sure, go for it. What I think a second channel is best for, though, is if you have 2 distinctively different niches or topics you want to talk about, then perhaps you need a second channel, right? One for each. But yeah, no, go for it. Alrighty, Black Eyed Angel. I'm starting a channel about art, music, books, movies, and my thoughts. That's a lot of stuff. English isn't my first language, so I might make mistakes. Any advice to help me improve? Don't worry about the mistakes is my biggest advice. I get this a lot. People from, I was going to say from other countries, but that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. People who don't speak English as their first language often are worried that if they make videos in their native language, the audience won't be the potential audience is not as large. And so they feel like they should make English videos, but, they don't feel that comfortable. They don't know the English language perfectly. But that's okay. As an English speaker, I'm here to tell you that if I'm watching a video and somebody is speaking with an accent where I can tell English is not their first language, it doesn't turn me off of the video at all. If anything, I applaud them for trying. And also, accents are cool. I think so. I think accents are cool. Like if I'm used to listening to Canadians. I live in Canada. We're Canadians here. But I also watch a lot of YouTube videos, so I see a lot of and hear a lot of Americans, right? There's a lot of, I'm going to say, well, I've looked at it before. I think 50 to 60% of my viewers are in the United States. Now, the United States alone has, different accents depending on where you are in the States. Like you've got the Midwestern, you got Boston, right? Car keys in Boston. You've got the South, right? All kinds of different accents in the United States, which I think is so cool. But all over the world too. Someone from France, someone from Spain, Portugal, Germany, all have different accents, and I just think it's cool listening to them speaking English. And if they mess up, make a mistake here and there, that is okay by me, because I can tell you right now, if I tried to make a video in German, I wouldn't get past, I was going to say niet for no, but I think that's even Russian. So I don't even know. Like I can't even think of what no is in German. But you know what I mean? Like I can speak a little French, and I can read a little Spanish or Portuguese sometimes just from some subtitling I used to do. But, kudos to anybody who can speak English as their second language and make videos that way. I'd go for it. Okay, let's see. Other questions. Okay, we just got to Chronicles Super Chat. Let's see now. And sorry, it always takes me, there's always a delay, right, for me answering your questions, so I hope you're okay with that. Oh my God, I love the boat. Cannot wait to get that point where I have a super chat. I made that little clip in Camtasia is what I did, just video editing. And the way I did it was the top half, which is where you see me shining through, not shining, but you know what I mean? You could only see the animation was along the bottom of the screen. The top part was in my video editing program, I made that green. And then I was able to key that out in Ecamm Live. So basically identify the green color and say, get rid of that. And it makes the green transparent. It's the same thing as doing a green screen. So that's the way I did that. Question from Adventure With Me. Posting every day, accumulate more views and activity. If possible, would this be the best way to grow rapid? Very difficult. Some people promote weekly content, but which is best to grow rapidly? Posting every day, accumulating more. There really is no magic formula to this. The thing is, the quality of your content. And when I say quality, I don't mean how perfect everything is and the video quality. And I'm talking about how watchable is your video. How are people really liking your video? Like people want to watch all of your video. Like how good is your intro or your hook or intro or whatever? And are people watching all the way through? That part of it, the content of your video, is so much more important than than whether you post 3 times a week, every day, once a week, once a month even. I've seen successful channels where they only post once a month, right? But those videos are so good and you just can't take your eyes away that it works. That's all they need to do. So the proper answer to this is post as often as you can comfortably. All right. Don't try to bend yourself over backwards just because you think you need to post 3 times a week, because you don't need to. Excuse me. You don't want to burn out. And I've made videos about that too. Well, the last one I did, I took a break to go sailing. You don't want to burn out. You want to stay fresh, because if you try to make too many videos too quickly, you could burn out, yeah, but also the quality of your videos, like your message and whatnot, might suffer if you don't put enough time and effort into making that video. So, maybe once a week is better, or maybe you can handle twice a week. Excuse me. I'm losing my voice. This is not a good sign. All right, looking for another question here. Let's see. Here we go. How does changing your channel's topic affect the algorithm? I made one video on drones 5 years ago. It's done well, 30,000 views. But now I'm about to post 4 videos about astrophotography. I plan to continue making astro videos, or should I start a new channel? You only have one video on that other channel, the drone channel, I'd probably start a new channel that's focused on just astro videos. Because even though that first video did well, that doesn't mean, in fact, if your next video is about astrophysics or astrophotography, I'm sorry, somebody who's interested in drones may not be interested in that. And so if you post that video on the old channel and YouTube tests it against, those old subscribers and it doesn't do well, then it may think, okay, this must not be a very good video, when in fact, it's just not what those people are interested in, right? So I'd probably lean towards a new channel for that one. All right. Question. Sorry, just taking my sweet old time here. OBS is just too difficult for me. That's why I use StreamYard. Yep, StreamYard is nice and easy to use. Yeah, nothing really against StreamYard myself. I just prefer Ecamm Live better. That's what I use now. I have used StreamYard in the past, and then I stopped using it when my son put me onto OBS. He says, "Oh, Dad, you got to use OBS. It's so much more customizable," right? And I did, I used OBS for a couple of weeks, but I had a real hard time getting these messages to pop up on the screen. You can't do that in OBS natively. There's a third-party plugin you can get that would help with that. But I found it glitchy. It worked one week and then not the next, and so then I looked for something else. And Ecamm Live, so this is a difference between Ecamm Live and StreamYard. StreamYard, yes, you can have multiple, you can have different scenes, but you're limited in their customizability, or you were when I last used it. But here in Ecamm, I can resize windows however I want. I can upload graphics, which you can in StreamYard too. I can display people's chats, which you can in StreamYard as well. But like bringing people into your live streams, you can do that with both, but with Ecamm, you can customize the look of the scene. You can bring in multiple people. You can have more than one camera angle, like this, right? So I've got 3 different camera angles, or here, we'll put that one down there. We'll put this one here. There we go. Just showing the back of my room, right? So that's my iPhone that I've got trained on the cat now, and 2 other angles. You can't do this easily with StreamYard. Okay, now this is just kind of experimental, so I'll I'll probably clean that up a little bit later, but yeah, there you go. Wow, the slider camera just blew my mind. Also love the super chat boat. The slider thing is cool. It's just a toy. Well, I mean, some people use it to get, real nice slow moving shots, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that it does that. So it's just going back and forth, and I could look at that camera if I wanted to, right? But yeah, is it necessary? No, it's not necessary at all. But it's just so. Whoops! I hit the intro button by mistake. I'm using a Stream Deck, by the way. That's what I use to switch scenes. I've got all the buttons programmed on the Stream Deck to switch between scenes. Otherwise, you could just click it in Ecamm. Okay, let's see. Here's a question. If you have pillars within your niche, should you try... Oh, hello, Leanne. How you doing? Should you try to hit a little on each pillar in every video, or should you stick to one pillar per video? Asking in relation to a new channel and confusing YouTube. So for those who don't know, I think I don't remember where I saw this, but I have seen a video where somebody suggested it's good to have more than one pillar, maybe 3 pillars in their channel. And what they mean by pillar is 3 different areas of focus. Okay, like maybe like for me, mine might be YouTube help. I don't know. Another one might be the fact that I like to go sailing. I'm drawing a blank here, but you can have 3 different things. I guess another one could be that I like to go for walks. Okay, with my camera and make videos that way. I guess that could be. So yeah, you can identify 3 different things. Do you have to hit on all of them in every video? No, absolutely not. In fact, I just suggest that you just pick one niche and stick with that early on. But every once in a while, share a little bit more about yourself with your audience. Like, I like to go sailing, right? Just kind of mention that. And then in time, if you mention it a few times, people might ask you about it, and then maybe, hey, why don't you do a video on that? And then you do a video on that, right? Yeah, you don't have to do them all. Hit on all of them in every video. Absolutely not. Shorts are like an advertisement for long form videos. They can be. That's kind of the way I use them, or that's the reason I use them. Shorts are a bit annoying. I'll usually do a short for my long and then promote the long from the short. Yeah, exactly. That's what I do. But I don't see huge results from that. Question, what is the camera you shoot with? What is the camera you shoot with and how much is it? So in pretty much all of my videos when I'm not in this office, it's my iPhone. That's what I use when I go outside. That's what I used in that sailing video. It was only my iPhone. I will typically put it on a tripod, like this is a tripod that I have, and I will hold it like this. And here, let me just get this message out of the way. Sorry, Harmon. And I'll make my videos while I'm walking like this. Okay, looking at the back camera, not the selfie camera, but the back camera. You don't want to look at yourself. That's a better camera. In pretty much every scenario I am aware of. Maybe somebody makes a camera that the selfie camera is better, but I find that hard to believe. The sensor in the front is a whole lot smaller. So better camera, better quality, and you won't be tempted to look at yourself in the selfie camera, right? And you can focus on just looking at the lens, okay? Otherwise, if you look at yourself in the selfie camera, people will know you're not they'll think you're looking over here. Right? So the lens is typically way off into on the edge of the phone. So yeah, that's what I use, the iPhone. Cost, I don't know. It's hard to, whatever iPhones cost now, it's kind of built into my plan. But this camera here that I'm using is a Sony A6400. And that camera there is the Sony ZV-E10. This is a newer version of this, okay? They both use the same lenses. On this one, I have the Sigma 16 millimeter lens, f1.4, but on that one, I just have the kit lens that comes with it. It's a little zoom lens. I could zoom that in further if I wanted to. So yeah, and as far as cost goes, these are both like 5-year-old cameras. Well, now the ZV-E10 might be 3 years old. This one here is 4 or 5 years old. And I want to say it was around $800 and maybe $700 for that one. And that lens there is like $400 or $500 on its own. So it's not cheap stuff. Phone is all you need. If you've got a phone, and like most people have a phone, if it's within 5 years old, it's good enough to make videos on. Lighting is more important than the quality of the camera. If you have bad lighting, you can make a really good camera look really bad. And the flip is true too. The flip side of that, if you have a bad camera, really good lighting can make it look really good. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, I'm going to speed up the scroll here. Sorry, I'm going to miss a lot. Oh, there's some cues. How long did my musical success journey? Hello, thanks for your question. How long did it take you before you were able to buy and upgrade your camera equipment? Well, I didn't wait until I earned money from YouTube to buy the cameras that I have, because I was freelancing. I was working anyways in my office, and I was editing videos for other people before I started my own YouTube channel. And yeah, but I slowly started to accumulate this stuff over, I'm going to say over 5-6 years. So yeah, I bought it before I earned any money from YouTube. I didn't earn my first dollar from YouTube until less than a year ago. It was I got monetized at the end of May last year, and I hadn't earned $100 by the end of May, so that rolled over to June. And in June, I think I earned $200 and some dollars. So you get paid for June in July 24th or so. So July 24th of last year was the first money I ever received from YouTube. So pretty much everything I had, I've gotten a couple things since, but pretty much everything I had, I got before I earned any money. So probably not the best way to do it, but you know, if I were to do this over again, I would not have bought these cameras. I would have just used my phone, right? I've learned this past year, I have learned so much. So much, and met a lot of really cool people. Yeah, no, it's awesome. But anyways, thank you for the question. I hope that helped. Follow the sun journey. I just started doing outside videos on the beach. How to walk with a stick and not trip when you're walking and looking up at a camera. Well, I'll say this. When you're normally walking on the beach, are you only looking at your feet? Probably not. You're probably also looking around. So I do it the same way. When I walk with a camera, what I'm actually doing, I feel like I'm walking with a friend. I'm walking with you, okay? It's you and me. We're going for a walk. And that doesn't mean I have to stare at the camera the whole time. Like when you walk with somebody, do you walk this way, but you're staring at them right in the eyes the whole time you're walking? No. You walk, you glance up, you look down, you walk, you know what I mean? You just kind of, right? So that's the way I handle it. And if you look at my videos, probably any of my walk and talk videos, you'll notice that I'm not staring at the camera the whole time. I also don't want to trip over a stick or, right? So yeah, you just look around like you would if you were having a chat with a friend and going for a walk with them. That's the way I would think about it. Thinking about it that way too might actually make it easier to make a video like that. So, wow, we got 131 people in here. Woohoo! Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. I hope you're enjoying this. And sorry if you've asked a question. I'm probably about 30 minutes behind on responding to them, but I do what I can. That's why I have the doc parties too. So the members only live streams every second Wednesday is for people to come knowing that they'll answer. So I think last week we had, I want to say around 10 people. I think we maxed out at maybe 15 the week before that. And so with 10 people, you know, what typically happens is people are talking amongst themselves. I'll answer a question and then, you know, have a drink and then I'll wait for the next question. And it's more more intimate, I guess. And all the questions are able to get answered then, and then some. How do you get the questions on the screen like that during a live? It's built into Ecamm Live. And actually, I just demonstrated that, so hopefully you saw that, how that works. Your walk and talk videos have inspired me. I've done some walk and talk videos on the beach, and it's good fun. It is fun. I find them the easiest videos in the world to make. I make sure I have, probably most, like a title, 90% decided upon. I'll write it on a cue card, and I'll put some bullet points on the cue card that I want to talk about, and I'll put that in my pocket, and I'll go out for a walk. And I'll usually walk for half an hour, kind of looking at the cue card and trying to figure out how I want to start the video before I start. That's what I do. And then yeah, I talk for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and the first 10 minutes I throw away or create bloopers out of them. Then video. And a video like that to edit might take me a couple hours, right? If I'm making bloopers at the end, maybe a couple hours. Maybe not that long if I'm not doing bloopers, or I guess it depends on how long it is too. But I enjoy doing that. Okay. Oh, Jane's outside Fort Myers. Very good. Very good. Mike is just here for the cat. Well, sorry, I'm here too, Mike. Let me lower that so you can see the cat maybe. Barb has a question. I'm going to kickstart things by doing an impromptu live, my first ever. Eeks. It'll be from my phone. Can you summarize basic setup things to know to go live from Android? Okay, so I don't use an Android, but I use an iPhone. It's probably similar. You can go live right from your phone. And here's the thing. I've gone live from my phone once before, and I was out on a beach, and I knew there was a good cell phone connection there. So that's number one. Wherever you're going to go live, if you're going live from your phone, you either need to be on Wi-Fi, or if you're outside, you need to be within cell tower range, or whatever, mobile phone range. What you should do is maybe download, there's an app called Speed Test, and you can do a little test. Go to the location where you want to do your live and just do a speed test. Make sure you're getting, 10 to 15 megabits per second at least upload speed. And as long as you're getting that, I think really all you need is 6. But, 10 to 15, you're more than safe. And upload speed, not download. Upload is what you need to do a live, because you're sending your live up to the internet. You're not downloading into your computer. So keep that in mind. And then the other thing is the problem I had, the difficulty I have with live streaming from my phone is reading the chats, because they come on the phone. And, a lot of times when I'm outside, I won't have my glasses on, and I cannot read my phone without my glasses. These are readers, right? And so I need my glasses, and I have to be up this close to read it. So I'm reading the phone, and where I'd rather be back here. I guess I can stand back from the camera or from the phone when I'm answering the live stream. But to read questions, then I'll get back into the chat. Okay, who's got the next question, right? So that's how it has to go when you're live streaming just from your phone. Whereas if you're on a computer, you can see the chats in the window just to the right of your main screen. Okay, so those are the main differences. But even if you go live from your computer, actually, and I notice Brooke is here. Hello, Brooke. Good to see you again. I dropped in on her live stream again yesterday, her second, and she live streams directly from YouTube Studio. Is it YouTube Studio or YouTube? I think it's YouTube Studio. Anyways, either way, you don't have as much control over what the scenes look like. Like I showed you a bunch of different scenes, like these different angles, right? All this stuff. Why is the iPhone? Oh, because I moved the phone, right? So why is it pointed there? There we go. We'll put it back down on the floor. You don't have as much control over all of that when you just go live through YouTube Studio, but that's fine. If you just want to go live and test it out, that's the best way to do it. You may want to check out Brooke's live stream, because the first one she did was just last week, and that's the way she did it. And she's still able to share a screen. You just don't have as much control over where things sit and whatnot. But at least you can see the chats, and the screen is bigger, right? So just a couple couple things. Oh, she just said YouTube Studio. That's how you do it. See, I've never done that. So there you go. But it certainly can be done. I love when you show hey Brooke, I love when you show your computer like this. Oh yeah, with the phone, right? Yeah, no, it's super easy. If here, I'll do it again. So this is my iPhone. Okay, this is my iPhone that I'm looking at right now, and whoops, oh, just tighten that up. Anyways, I find it easier to talk like this. So if you're using a MacBook or a Mac, any Mac, your iPhone can become a camera wirelessly to your Mac. Okay, so when you go live from a Mac, you can use the built-in camera that's in if it's a MacBook, right? Look, mine's a MacBook. It has a camera in the top, like right up here. I'm not using it, but you can. Built-in camera, built-in microphone. If you want a second angle, like a second view, another camera, you can set your iPhone up as another camera that you can move around. So I can move it around because I've got it on this little tripod. So then you set up a scene where it's just the phone, and you set up a button for it, and you can just press, okay, iPhone. Now I'm looking at my iPhone, right? And it's another camera, and that allows me to show, my desk. You can see my whole desk. And if I wanted to show you like the camera, that's the camera I normally use. I can hold my phone off to the side. You can see the lens. You can see all the dust and cat hair back there, right? So it's very convenient. And I don't know. I wasn't a Mac user until, it's got to be 2 years now. It's been 2 years. 2 years ago, I made the switch. I was PC and Windows forever. And I was a little intimidated to go Mac. I knew, going Mac is probably a smart thing to do because I grew up hearing that, okay, if you do want to do anything creative, like with images, videos, and all that stuff works better on a Mac than a PC. That was just kind of that's what I grew up thinking. And in a lot of cases, it's true. Things just work better. I don't know. Nothing against you PC users out there, or Windows users, I should say. A Mac is a PC, I suppose, technically. But yeah, it makes this so easy. Otherwise, the only other way to get another camera connected is if you have a free port in your computer, and your computer can handle multiple cameras plugged into your computer. Okay, that's how I've got the other two plugged in. So yeah, I love that. That's one of my favorite things about being a Mac user, is using my phone wirelessly as another camera. So there you go. Alan has a question. Why do I stop getting notifications on many channels I am subbed to, and vice versa? Many people not getting notified from mine. It might have something to do with the sheer number of subscriptions you have. If you have a lot of subscriptions, there's probably a limit on how many notifications YouTube's going to send you. So it might be that. And YouTube, it's AI now, right? Like they're going to try to figure out what you like to watch. Like I'm probably subscribed to 300 channels. I haven't counted lately, but right, if I'm subscribed to 300 channels, if 150 of them are going live today and I open up my YouTube, I'm only going to see one or two maybe of the 16 thumbnails that YouTube is going to present me with on their homepage. Not everybody's. They just don't have. Otherwise, I could. And if all of them came out with a new video today, YouTube's not going to send me 300 notifications, right? That would be. They don't want to bog you down like that. So they try to learn who you like to watch the most, all right? And that's who you're going to get notified about first. Okay, that's the way I look at it, anyways. I hope that helps. OBS, you need bottom third, harder to configure the pop-up messages. Yes. Yeah, it was a third-party system. I forget what it was called that I downloaded and tried to get that working. And it worked 1 week, and then it didn't work, and then it worked again, and then it didn't. And it's like, you know what? I just want something that works. I'm willing to pay for it. And I had already used StreamYard, but I knew its limitations in terms of being able to arrange scenes. And now I'm a Mac user. So this is a year ago, and I had been a Mac user for around a year, and I looked at Ecamm and I'm like, okay, this looks slick. I want to give this a try, and that's what I use. So there are two versions of Ecamm. There's the Pro version and the regular version. I was using the regular version, which is $20 a month, from when I started around a year ago until I'm going to say November. Was it around November? Yeah, November. But then in November, I decided to start doing bringing guests into my live streams and doing like an interview of. I call it the Over 40 Podcast, YouTube Success Podcast, or something like that. And I'm going to do some more of those too, by the way, but I haven't done one in a couple of months. And I think I did 7 or 8 of those. But what's so awesome about Ecamm is it integrates with Zoom, okay? And I had recently started doing Zoom one-on-one calls with clients, and that's easy enough. But if you upgrade to Ecamm Live Pro for $40 a month, I know it's a lot of money, but that has integration to Zoom built in. And then what I can do is I can start a Zoom meeting, have a whole bunch of people come into that. I mean, I've only brought one person in so far at a time. But anybody I bring into a Zoom meeting, I have the ability to add them into my live stream in Ecamm. Okay, so that's how I made those. So that's super slick. Super slick. Thank you, Brooke. Thank you very much. 60,000. Whoop. I don't know where we're at now. I think we're over 61 now. Yes. Oh, Mattman, over 61. Yes. It's surreal. I mean, a year ago from now, I think I wasn't at 3,000. I was at 2,700 subs or something like that, and probably around 2,500 watch hours. That was going down because I started 3 years before that, and I just got what's the word I'm looking for? Not uninspired, but it wasn't working. Like I was feeling like maybe this is not for me. It's not working. It's not growing, and I would take like months off and just focus on my freelancing, and But no, I finally made the decision. You know what? If I can do this, I've got a system down where I can make a video pretty fast, a how-to video pretty fast, and I got a system down where I could record the intro and the ending using a teleprompter, because at this point last year I was not talking to the camera off the cuff. I wasn't making videos like that. I wanted to, but I was scared. I didn't think I could. And then the middle part, the how-to part, I would just record my screen while I'm capturing it, and I would record on my phone, just on the SD card. Sorry, not my phone. I was using this camera here, but you can totally do it with a phone. Press record on your phone if that's your camera. Press record in a screen capture program. I used OBS because I had it downloaded already. So make 3 videos like that a week, do a live stream every week. And once I committed to doing that, and after a couple of months, I saw things started to creep up and up and up. I got monetized within 4 months of making that decision to go hard at it. And yeah, the best thing I did. It was the best thing. It worked. And then I got a video went viral the very next month after I got monetized, which was fantastic. Scary, but it's like, wow, like how am I going to do this again? Because then things, after a viral video, things kind of settle down a little bit until, you know what I mean? So anyways, if you have any questions about any of that, feel free to let me know. All right. Scroll, looking for more questions. Catherine here's from New Zealand. Hello, Catherine. Good to see you again. Did my second ever live stream yesterday. Ended up being 3.5 hours. Holy cow. Well, actually, that's what I did last week. This one was 3.5 hours last week, too. But yeah, it's crazy how time flies when you're live. Absolutely. It doesn't take very many people to show up and start asking questions to make a live stream go for a long time. And quite honestly, like when I first started to do it, I was in my head, I'm thinking, wow, the longer I can do this, and if there's 10 people watching me do this, and if 10 people watching me for an hour, that's 10 watch hours. Boom, done, right there. Right? So it's a lot of people get to the 1,000 subscriber mark before the 4,000 watch hour mark. If one of your goals is to get monetized. Now, again, like once I got monetized, I realized, okay, that was a bit, okay, a couple $100 a month, great, but my goals are bigger than that. So really, it's kind of a false goal. It's a good step to make, and because of that, there's a lot of focus on getting there. But yeah, if you're having trouble getting your watch hours and not as much trouble getting subscribers, go live. And yeah, that I don't know how to put it any clearer. Lives are great. Amazing stuff. Good to see other maritime channels doing well on YouTube. What are you using to live stream? Also, are you using a camera as a webcam? Sorry if you explained this already. No problem at all. ECam Live is a software on a Mac, and this camera is a Sony A6400 with a Sigma lens, 16 millimeter f1.4. It's a lot of things to say, but you can do this with a phone. You could do it with your webcam if you want, the built-in webcam if it's a laptop, or an external webcam, or a camera like this plugged into like a cam link, right? And then that plugs into your computer. It's all you need. Question, is Epidemic Sound free? No, it's not. It's a paid service. It's a couple $100 a year, I think. But if you're looking for free, royalty-free music, YouTube has a library of free music you can download. Not as extensive a library by any stretch, but it's free music that you're allowed to use. So I would check that out. Will is in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Awesome. You're 30 minutes away. Awesome. Welcome, Will. Okay, Matt, man. With you and Brooke live streaming all the time, I never work anymore. Sorry. I am sorry for my part in that. Steph Pink 91. Question, is it better to make multiple YouTube videos in advance until ready to post to get a head start and then post them 1 or 2 a week? Conscious of the watch hour in 12 months. What I would do is, it's good to be a couple videos ahead of the game. If you have a couple, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, if you go on vacation or whatever, it's good. I currently don't operate that way. There was a time a year ago that I was making videos pretty quickly, and I had I was scheduled a week, like 3-4 videos in advance, and that was great. But I'm not there anymore. Excuse me, I got the hiccups now. Why is that? But in terms of how often to post them, I would start with figuring out how often can you post comfortably. Okay, if you had none, if you had no videos saved up, how often could you make videos and post them comfortably and keep going for an indefinite period of time? If that is 2 a week, then yeah, if you have 4 videos made, did you say 4? Or was that somebody else? No, I think somebody else said that they had 4 ready. How often should they post them? All right away? Or I wouldn't post them all right away. But if you can post 2 videos a week comfortably, and you can continue that, and you have 4 made already, I would release the first 2 in that week, and the second 2 in week 2. Okay, and then, but after you post the first one, get to work on video number 5. Okay, that's the way I would approach that. Okay, I hope that helps. Georgia fan is live streaming tonight. Awesome, Georgia fan. Way to go. I see all the Georgian sports symbols. Cool. How much did you miss, Nicola? You missed an hour and 40 minutes, but I'm still here. I'm probably a half hour behind on these questions. So, okay. All right, looking for more questions here. Oh, Catherine's doing her first live next week with your new and tiny channel. I'm excited. Awesome. I'm excited for you, Catherine. That's awesome. Have fun with that. That's the main thing. With all of this, whatever you decide to do with YouTube, you got to have fun. Because if you don't have fun, then if you don't end up growing as fast as you, if that's a concern, if you don't end up growing as fast as you think you should or as fast as you want to, you might get discouraged. That's the word I was looking for around 10 minutes ago, discouraged. You might get discouraged and give up. And I actually had I answered somebody's question today, or not question, it was a comment. I got a comment today in a video where someone said, it's all luck. You know, growing a YouTube channel, it's all luck. Some people make it and get successful, others don't. For every one that's successful, there's 1,000 that aren't. And luck is the only, like they said, it's luck. And I responded and I respectfully disagreed. And the way I look at it is we make our own luck, okay? If somebody is going to start a YouTube channel and put up some videos, even if they think they are fantastic videos, and they may be fantastic videos, but if people aren't going to watch them, they're not going to help grow your channel. If you're not going to follow the clues and the tips that are coming out of your analytics, that didn't sound right. But anyway, if you're not going to take that advice from YouTube or prompts from your viewers, right, and make changes as necessary, then you're not going to be successful at it. You have to kind of do that. And some people just start channels and expect them to grow. They think, I made a perfectly good video. It's better than videos that this guy with 100,000 subscribers is making, but mine are getting no views. This is discouraging, right? So I understand that can be discouraging, but you know, YouTube is not playing favorites. I firmly believe that. They're not singling people out and saying, nah, I'm not going to promote them. We're just going to focus on these guys here. I don't believe that. You know, you just have to adjust and make more videos. And the bottom line is what I'm trying to get at here is you have to enjoy all of this, because when these discouraging moments hit you, you gotta head down and go through it, right? And you just have to enjoy it. Like, just take it for what it is and move on. Those are the people who can power through those things. Even with, you know, some bad results coming back from the video you thought was going to do amazing, you know, if you can power through that and get to work on your next video, and you know what, this next video is going to be better. And I'm going to learn something from that video that didn't do well. I thought it was amazing, but I'm going to try to figure out why people don't like it, why people aren't watching it. Maybe my intro, maybe it took me a minute before I said what I was going to talk about in the video. Intro might have been too long and people left, right? That could be it. Whatever it is, I'm going to learn from that. I'm going to push forward. Those are the people who will be successful. And then when he said, for every one that's successful, there's 1,000 that aren't, that's because there's 1,000 people giving up and not willing to put in the work. Those who put in the work and enjoy it, therefore it doesn't feel like work, they tend to be successful. So, and they make their own luck. So I might make a video about that comment, because I even took a screenshot of it and a screenshot of my response in anticipation of, you know what, that might make a good video. I'll talk about that. A walk and talk video. For a new YouTuber, is it best if they record and prepare multiple videos? Oh no, I already answered this. Sorry, I must have backed up a little bit. Sorry about that. Question, if I publish my first YouTube video and it's over an hour long, can I use CapCut to repurpose shorter support videos from the long video? And how long does it take to learn CapCut? Thanks. Yeah, I don't see why you can't do that. I don't believe there's a time limit on videos for CapCut. I know I can do it in Camtasia, longer videos, and you can chop them up and export, you know, sections of it to, or create other copies that are just, you know, sections of a video and repurpose them as shorts, absolutely, or shorter longs, if that makes sense. Absolutely. How long does it take to learn CapCut? I mean, that answer is going to be all over the map. I can tell you CapCut's among the easier ones to learn. I think Camtasia is perfect for beginners. Myself, I know it's not the most popular video editor because it didn't start out as a video editor. It was a screen capture tool that helped you make tutorial videos, how-to videos for software. Yeah, that's how Camtasia started, and it morphed into a video editor. So I think that's the easiest one to learn. But CapCut is also easy to learn. That would probably be my second choice. How long is it going to take you? That's anybody's guess. My advice is you can start right away and just start simple. Don't try to do anything too drastic. Sorry, just got a message coming in there. Don't try to do anything too fancy because that'll take a long time, and just learn little bits at a time as you go. Okay, that would be my way to approach that. And I believe we just got a super chat. Yes, we did. There we go. Stavros the Curious, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. And let me pop your message on the screen here. So you have a question. When do you get monetized with shorts? Because I don't know the answer to that, but because this is a super chat, let's go find out together. Let me share my screen here. Here's my trusty Chat GPT window. So you can see what questions I'm going to ask. This is my assistant. I haven't decided, I haven't picked a name yet, but I'm going to name her. She is my assistant. We chat all day long, every day, and helps me with my titles, my descriptions, my tags, ideas, the course I'm working on, an outline, everything. So anything, and when I'm answering questions in the comments, here, I'll pop your question back on this screen too. Put that down here. Yeah, if there's something I don't know, I will copy and paste a commenter's question in here and get the answer. So there you go. I see Lavonda Rocks. Thank you, Lavonda. Just said it's like 1 million views for shorts. Let's find out exactly what it is. So how can someone get monetized posting only shorts on YouTube? What are the requirements? Okay, it's all in how you ask the question too. Let's see what it says. It's searching the web. It's searching the web. It's usually quicker than this. Oh, here we go. To monetize your YouTube shorts in 2025, you need to meet specific criteria. Okay, yeah. Fan funding access, minimum of 500 subscribers and at least 3 public uploads in the last 90 days. And then either 3 million valid public shorts views in the last 90 days or 3,000 valid public watch hours. Okay, so that's entry-level monetization. So that's whether it's for shorts or for long form. The monetization is the same. So 3 million valid public shorts views in the last 90 days and 3,000 public watch hours, or 3,000 public watch hours. This tier does not include ad revenue sharing from shorts. It's primarily focused on fan-based monetization methods. Number 2, the full monetization, that's 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, or 10 million valid public shorts views in the last 90 days. Okay, once eligible, you must accept the shorts monetization module to start earning from ads displayed between shorts in the feed. Revenue is pooled and distributed based on your share of total engaged views, with creators receiving 45% of their allocated revenue. Okay? Regardless of monetization path, adhere to all YouTube channel monetization policies, including community guidelines and copyright rules. Enable 2-step verification of your account. Have no active community guideline strikes, and set up an AdSense account. Okay? Earning potential. Wow, all kinds of info here, right? Earnings from shorts can vary. On average, creators earn between 1 cent and 7 cents per 1,000 views. I actually calculated mine, and I think it was 6 cents is what I calculated mine to be, because somebody was curious. So a short with 1 million views might generate between $10 and $70. So that right there will tell you, and yeah, we don't have to go further. That'll tell you how hard it is to make money off of shorts, because you need a lot of shorts making millions of views to make any amount of income from that. So anyway, there you go. There's your answer. Wasn't mine, but we found it together, right? All right, let me go back to, so I'm not going to be able to go back right to the top. Let's see, where are we now? Question. Okay, no, I answered that. I answered that. Okay. Here's a question from Steve Rocky. Hello, Steve. I'm documenting my own YouTube journey and passing on what I've learned to aspiring YouTubers, but I'd like to go deep on things like imposter syndrome, anxiety, and time management. Too niche? Not at all. Not too niche at all. The nicher you can start, the better. The quicker your channel may start to grow, and then as it grows, you can kind of branch out a little bit. In fact, it's probably better to start out niche like that. Imposter syndrome, anxiety, and time management, like that side of the YouTuber creator process. And then from there, as you start to grow, you can branch out into more things that fall under the creator umbrella. So, yep, not too niche at all. Question from Will. Hey, Rob, I've noticed some very popular YouTubers making use of very clickbaity headlines. Is this something newer YouTubers should avoid and only deploy when established? No, I wouldn't say that. In fact, the reverse might even be true. If you use the same title as an established YouTuber has used, and then make your version of that video, I guess, if you want to create your own, you like the title and you want to create a video with the same or similar title, but make your own content, your video, that doesn't mean your video is going to perform like the established YouTuber's video. In fact, it likely won't, right? Because you don't have an established base of viewers yet, but they do. So people are more apt to want to watch their video if presented with both. Okay. That said, that doesn't mean you should avoid doing that. Like, you can still use what you think is a good performing title and make your own video for it. But then ultimately you have to focus on, like, the title's just part of the thing. The title and the thumbnail work together to get the click. Okay. And then once people are into your video, they're watching your video, and it's up to you and whatever you put in your video to keep them there, keep them watching till the end. So you've got to be good at getting right to the point instead of a fluffy introduction with flying logos and music and all this stuff that's just not necessary anymore. Just get right into it, and keep giving valuable information, and eliminate the fluff. Right, like, don't try to stretch your video out to make what could be a 5-minute video and make it 10 minutes. Don't do that. Just make it 5 minutes. And if you can make it 4 minutes, even better, right? Constantly delivering good pieces of information is what makes videos do well. Okay, so I hope that helped. I'll move on. Okay, questions. Looking for the cues. Hack Media has a question. Rob, will you do a video on approaching your own channel as a viewer? Sometimes we got to get out of our own head. I'm not sure what you mean, but let me take a drink and think about that. It's hard for me to get out of my own head because that's where I am. That's where I live. But I think what you're saying is take a step back and look at your channel and try to look at it from a viewer's perspective. And that totally makes sense. You know what? I try to do that. I do that. I said doo-doo. uh, sometimes when trying to figure out what thumbnail to make, I'll look at my channel. So let me just share this screen with you again. Let's go to my channel. Okay, so if I'm looking at my channel and I'm trying to decide, okay, what should my next thumbnail be? Like if I've just made a walk and talk video and I'm going to be outside walking, I'll look, okay. So I had one here, I'm facing left. The last thumbnail was me and my daughter on the porch. That's fine, that's great. The next one won't be that, so it's just going to be me. The next several before that were close-ups of me. Then back here 7 videos ago, that's a little further away. So I look at kind of things like that and I think, okay, what should be next? What aesthetically might be good to show next? And not that many people look at a channel, but sometimes, if I feel like everyone's always seeing a picture of me close up with the woods in the background, I'm doing a walk and talk, maybe it's time to show them something different. Because if you can hit somebody with, like if you throw them a new thumbnail that's completely new, completely different, that's just something else that might cause somebody to click. It's like, oh, that's Rob. Yeah, okay, but this looks different. I'm going to click on this, see what this is all about, right? Regardless of title. That's just a small thing, but I look at that and I think of that. And I try to think like a viewer in that respect. Same goes with what should I make my next video about, right? I mentioned that it might be answering a viewer's comment. Well, I've done that a few times, but it's been a long time since I have, so that might actually make sense. Walk and talk. Well, no, that was Peggy's Cove visit, that one. Walk and talk. Stand on top of a hill and talk. Walk and talk. Stand on the hill and talk. Stand on the hill and talk. Stand on the hill and talk. All right, so I've done that several times. So maybe, I haven't done it for 5 videos, so it's been 2 weeks. Maybe it's time for one of those. But anyways, and also looking at the topics, what I talked about, okay? The last how-to video I made was a while ago. I think it was this one here, a month ago, how to transfer videos to an external drive. Okay, so maybe it's time I do one of those, right? Just try to keep things fresh. So again, I don't know if that answers your question or if that's what you meant by that, but that's the answer I got. I hope it helped you and or others. Question from Alan. Is putting on my page, buy me a coffee for a few dollars, begging for money and hurt my channel? I don't think so. I think that's fine. That's a perfectly legitimate way to, I've had people ask me, like, I want to give you a tip. How can I give you a tip? And I don't have that set up, but that might be a good way, right? For me, I have super chats set up for my lives, so that's a way. But no, I don't think there's a problem with that at all. I think it's good to try to give value whenever you're looking for something like that. If you're looking for a buy me a coffee, then I don't know, if you can give them some extra value somehow, whether it's a shout out in your videos, that's an idea, or a nice long thank you message is another idea, right? Things like that might be a good way to handle that if you're concerned with it coming across like you're begging for money, because really it's not. If you mention it like 3 times in every video, and every time you go live like 5 or 6 times you mention the buy me a coffee, and if then maybe it might get a little bit annoying to people. But if it's just kind of there and people can do it if they want or not if they don't want, then no problem with that at all. Rob, should I do live cooking too? What do you think? Absolutely. I think it's great. Whatever you want to do. People love live streams. So if your thing is cooking, and I was going to say, and if you're a good cook, but that doesn't even matter. You could be a horrible cook. That might actually be funnier, right? Absolutely. That's a great way to go live. Yes, that is a great idea. Yes, I think it is. Steph's wondering about buy me a coffee too. Aussie English. Are you in Australia? Because if you are, it's probably the middle of the night, but I'm impressed if you're here. That's awesome. Can't sleep. How is the Insta360 working out for you? Any interesting footage recently? Sorry, I've been away from the tube lately and missed recent uploads. I've only used it once in a video, and that was the Peggy's Cove visit that I did. This Don't Waste Your Time thumbnail. It took me over 50 years to learn this. That video right there, and I'll actually, if I find a place, I want to say it was, yeah, right around here. This was kind of a, I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone. And okay, so if I just set the stage here, I went to Peggy's Cove and I made a video with a bunch of people in the background. My first time making a video in public where there was other people around. And I was nervous, and I've never liked doing that. So I did it, and I used my 360 camera as a second camera, and you'll be able to see what I did. But I'll play this section of the video so you can kind of see what happened. And that's what I suggest that you do too, in whatever it is that you want to pursue. So I'll just say, so now you can see my phone, okay? You can see my phone because now you're looking through the lens of my 360 camera. And for those who don't know what that looks like, it's my newest toy. This is the, okay, sorry, I'm small here. This is the Insta360 camera. It's got a lens on both sides, and then at the bottom you can attach that to a tripod, and you can stick it wherever, and then you can create, it just records everything in a globe all the way around it, and then when you get back to the office, you can edit whatever part of the video you want. So in this case, I took this footage and I showed that angle because, just to prove a point, there was a lady walking by and she kind of looked at me, and anyway, let me just play this. It's kind of funny. I think it's funny. If you can get out of your comfort zone and just start doing the best that you can. I mean, that's really all you can do, is the best that you can. Hi. So part of why I'm telling you this is I have considered. All right, so you see what happened there. Someone acknowledged me, like they, nothing against her. Like everybody is going to react differently, and it's just, for me personally, if I was watching somebody record a video, I wouldn't go out of my way to kind of get in the shot. Well, now, she didn't know she was in the shot, and I never asked her permission to put this video on. But anyways, it was a 360 camera, so it was capturing everything. But my point is, if it were me, if I were in her shoes, if I saw me turning towards me, I probably would have looked away. I wouldn't have kind of made eye contact and said, "Hi, how you doing?" It's like, no, I wouldn't have done that. But she did, and everybody's different, so people react differently in those situations. But I just wanted to show that, to show you that I used it, and I got good footage from it. And more footage in that video was taken with the 360 camera. And yeah, I just wanted to show you how I edited that when I found that was a thing that I could capture. The 360 camera is great for capturing things all around. You can take it for a walk and use it as a walk and talk camera, and then edit it so that sometimes it's looking at yourself and other times it's looking out at what you're looking at, right? It's pretty cool for doing things like that. So, but no, that's the only time I've used it. I've been working on other things since then. All right, let me scroll here, see any more questions. I can switch to that view every once in a while while I'm reading. I'm reading the questions off of my my MacBook. Okay. Accents are cool. I totally agree. 9. That's right, 9. Okay, now I know. I'm around an hour behind my. I should speed up. That's when I didn't know what no meant in German. I remember that now. All right, I'm going to miss some questions. I'm sorry, guys, but I have to get a little closer to where we are now. Here's a question from Carmen's Crafty Creations. Hello, Carmen. Do I have to download a program to see myself on a video while recording my craft? No. Whoops. That's the thing. When I switch scenes, the message doesn't come with me. You don't have to download a program to see yourself on a video while recording my craft. So I think what you're asking is to make a video where the main part of the screen is you doing your craft, but then you want yourself like in a picture-in-picture. So the way you do that is you record both things. You record your screen, maybe with OBS or something like that, and then you also record your camera. So whether it's with a phone or a Sony camera like this, whatever, doesn't matter. And then you go into a video editing program. So yes, you would need a video editing program to put those together and to make it look like how you want it to look. The way you would do that is different depending on what app you use. I have tutorials on my channel to show you how to do that with Camtasia, and it would be a similar way probably with other programs as well. But yeah, you would need a video editing program to be able to do that. Okay. Don't spend money until you are making money and are monetized. That's a good rule to live by. Absolutely. Here's a question from Rachel. Hello, Rachel. I usually post at noon, but over the summer I will be doing a 2-month daily series and a once-a-week live. Would it hurt my channel to change my posting time to 9 a.m. and one live at 12? I wouldn't think so. Have a look at your channel to see when people are watching your videos, and you may find that there's plenty of people watching. Like if you're going to make a change and do it for an extended period of time, like you mentioned over 2 months of the summer, I think that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Whatever works for you, it has to work for you. And then if you're regular with your timing from then on, people will come to know that that's what you're doing. And I would probably announce that you're going to do that in maybe a few videos leading up to that change. Just say, oh, and a reminder for the 2 months coming up, I'm going to be doing this and doing that, and at this new time and that new time and stuff like that. That's the way I would handle that. Here's a question from Peter. Hello, Peter. How you doing? Could you do a video about various products for different budgets, etc.? Yes, I can. That's what I'm going to be doing with my live stream video, and I'm also in the planning stages of like the things you need, right? Maybe even a studio tour of mine, but I hesitate to do that. I've done one before when, my office looked different. My desk was actually over there. If you go back to last July, August, somewhere around then, I made a video on my my setup, my office setup. But what I found was, see, most of the people who watch my videos, most of you, are in the beginning stages of YouTube and just getting going, or looking at getting started, okay? And may not, seeing that I have 3 monitors on the go here and, 2 cameras, 1 on the slider and all this stuff, it's overwhelming, and you don't need it, right? You don't need all this stuff. Some of it is cool, like this slider thing here. I think it's cool, but is it necessary? Absolutely not. I'm trying to justify the fact that I spent $200 on that a couple years ago, so I've got to use it, right? I thought I needed it at the time, right? That was me trying to be Nick Nimmin, because that's what he had. Thank you, Nick. Shout out. If you guys don't know who he is, you should check out his channel. He's awesome. Tips for my first live stream with Q&A. Yes, so my number one thing would be, if it's your first live stream, have some questions ready in case people don't show up. Be prepared to live stream to nobody, okay? You may be pleasantly surprised that people show up, and that's great. But if people don't, just have something prepared, and maybe, don't lock yourself into saying something like, I'm going to be going live, and I'm going to be going live for 2 hours. And you know what I mean? Because you don't know. You can say at least 30 minutes, and then we'll see how, what questions I have. but have yourself maybe 4 or 5 or 6 or however many you think you need questions ready with, ones that you can answer that are, within your niche. And just be ready. And then once you go live, do a short little introduction. Say, hey, I'm Canadian career coach, or I would suggest using your first name, but whatever, you do you. Introduce yourself, and this is what I do, and I'm going to start doing these lives, and I'm going to do it every week or every 2 weeks or whatever you're going to do. And say, I'm here to answer your questions, and doesn't look like anyone's here yet, so let's go with question number 1, which I've got right here, and go with it. That's what I would do, and have some fun. Just be sure to have fun with it. I was super nervous the first time I went to go live, and by the time I was finished, I think my first one was over an hour, and I was over the moon. Like, wow, that some people actually did show up, and I had fun, and I can do this again. So good luck with it, and have fun, and best of luck. Could be a great way to grow your channel. Okay. Question, what's your ideas for your next video? So answering somebody who posted a comment about this whole YouTube thing being luck. I think I'm going to make a video on that. Still working on my live stream video, how to live stream, why you should live stream. I talk about that a lot here, but I've never made a video on it. So working on that. And I'm actually working on this is going to take me all summer to make, but I'm working on a very large course. And I don't even know how I'm going to market it yet, but it's a big thing. Like, I'm making videos. It's probably going to be close to 200 videos. And a lot of them are going to be how-to, like real specific, how to do this, how to do that. I want to take people from, like, my background is making tutorial videos. That's what I did for a long time. And how to use software. And I'll do that, Rick. I just saw something come in on the live. Can you show the slider? There it is right there. And that's still sliding away. If I hold this steady, you can see that it's moving back and forth. So I just have the camera attached to the top of it. I've got, that is HDMI plugged in, and that goes all the way back to a cam link into my computer right there. Whoops, right there. That is for, I think, other stuff like Stream Deck, and I've got a dock back there. And then the other one, if you see through the bottom of the camera, I've got a wire sticking out of the bottom. That is the dummy battery that I have, and it is plugged into the wall. So it doesn't, so otherwise that camera probably would quit after 30 minutes. So that's the way. And actually, is that getting, let me just see, is that getting warm? I don't know if you can see that. Doesn't feel too warm. No? Nope. It's all good. There we go. So yeah, that's what I've got to do a better job. But anyway, those are my ideas, adventure, for the next several, but then I've got a list of like 50. I've got a lot of other ideas, but one thing at a time, right? Okay. Here's a good question, because a lot of people don't understand the way this works. Great question, Catherine. Thanks for asking. Do videos less than 8 minutes earn revenue once you're monetized? I've heard they don't. They do. They do earn you money, absolutely, 100%. Here's the thing. If you make, okay, there's 2 different types of ads. You've got an ad that plays at the beginning, called a pre-roll ad. Okay, at the beginning of a video. When you click to watch a video, you'll see an ad first. That's a pre-roll ad. If your video is longer than 8 minutes long, or if anybody's video is longer than 8 minutes long, it may have a mid-roll ad. Okay, an ad that plays that all of a sudden, the video stops and an ad starts that you sometimes can skip, sometimes you can't. I don't know exactly how YouTube figures that out, but anyways, that is a mid-roll ad. As a creator, you cannot put mid-roll ads into any videos that are shorter than 8 minutes. They can only go in videos that are longer than 8 minutes. If you have a 30-minute video, there may be several mid-roll ads that play throughout, okay? And as a monetized creator, you can actually decide when those mid-roll ads occur, or you can leave it up to YouTube to decide when to put in mid-roll ads. I have never decided, I've never made that decision when mid-roll ads will play. I leave it up to YouTube. And the reason is because YouTube wants to earn as much money as they can. Okay? So I believe it's in their best interest to put the mid-roll ads exactly where they think they should go to maximize revenue on a video. Okay? So I just leave it up to them. So they know what they're doing. The more money YouTube makes with these ads, the more money I'll make. Because on all of these ads, pre-roll, mid-roll, whatever, they pay me 55% of whatever it is they bring in of the money they collect from ads played on my videos. Okay? That's the way that works. It's not a pool system like it is with YouTube Shorts. It's my videos. If it's my video and an ad plays on it, I should earn the money from it. And that's the way it works. But if your video is shorter than 8 minutes, it can still have a pre-roll video ad, right? Which you will earn money from. Okay? So, and in my experience, I don't pay too much attention to the whole mid-roll thing because I think only around 5 to 10% of my ad revenue actually comes from mid-roll ads. Most come from the pre-roll, the initial video, the initial ad, okay, at the beginning of the video. So yeah, that's the way it works. So, but yeah, I don't know why some people think that you can't earn money from those videos, but you absolutely can, as long as you turn monetization on for those videos. By default, when I upload a video, monetization is on. Okay, but you can turn it off for any video if you want to. But you know, I have it on all of my videos, except for live streams when I'm live, like this one right now. I don't have it on for this right now because I don't want to be interrupted. I don't want you to see me be interrupted by an ad. Okay, so thanks, Catherine. I hope that helps. But I should make a video about that. I'm going to write that down. Less than 8 minutes. Actually, you know what's better? Control or Command Shift 4. Let's do a screenshot of that. There we go. Got it. I'll make a video on that. Is landscape mode better than portrait for live streaming on YouTube? I think so, but it's a personal preference. I think so because people can see more of what's going on. You know, in most cases, it depends on your audience, right? In most cases, my audience is either watching me, well, I think mobile phone actually might be number one, but a good percentage of people are watching my videos on a TV, okay? So if that's the case, that's a pet peeve of mine, watching a video on a big screen when only the vertical center is being shown. That's how you'd show up on a TV screen if you recorded or did a live stream in portrait mode. Okay, so I think that's better. But, if you go live in portrait mode and most of your viewers, maybe you only make shorts, right? So maybe portrait mode makes more sense for you, right? But if you want to make a long-form video, I think all long-form videos should be landscape because then you have the opportunity to put like text here and not cover up your face and text over here, right? So anyway, those are my thoughts on that. All right. Yeah, accidental software. Landscape mode better than portrait mode. Lavonda rocks. How you doing, Lavonda? Prism Live is an easy app to use to go live for YouTube or to YouTube and Twitch. I've used it and it's pretty solid. That is actually the app that I used that time that I went live. I said it was directly from YouTube, or maybe I didn't use it. I don't know. I've only done it once, and it was last fall. I still have Prism Live on my phone. I can't remember if I used it that time or not. I played around with it. Anyway, maybe I used it for the test live that I did. But all right. Yes, Cheryl, that was a great question. All right. Sorry, I got a couple big scrolls here. Looking for questions again. Sorry, I'm missing a lot of questions today because there's a lot of you, and I love you for it. Thank you for stopping in. This is fun, but I am not able to answer everybody's question. I answer as many as I can though. We don't rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our systems. Can't remember who said that quote, but I always think about systems. Love that you brought that up, Rob. Can't remember bringing that. When did I? Okay, yeah. When I talked about having systems in place to allow you to create faster. That is a cool quote, though. We don't rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our systems. Yeah. If you don't have proper systems in place, you may not be able to reach your goals. Cool. It is a cool quote. I went live for the first time last week. 8 viewers and chatters. It was an awesome experience. Awesome. Congratulations. That's awesome. All right. Here's a question. Can you ask your viewers to like and subscribe to you and your live chat watching? Can you can ask your viewer. So if you're asking for yourself, if you go live, absolutely you can ask. That's no problem at all. I do. So I don't think it's particularly good to ask for a like and a subscribe and all this stuff at the beginning of a video, right? That's almost disrespecting your viewers. Like, why would somebody like something before they've even had a chance to see it, right? So if you're going to ask for likes and subscribes and stuff like that, do it at the end of the video. I mean, maybe in the middle, I suppose. But more often than not towards the end. You just don't want to come across as, I don't know if cliche is the right word, but I mean, it became a thing. Like that's what, like, oh, and if you like this stuff, like and subscribe and blah, blah, blah. Like, right, there's, everybody used to say it. Quite honestly, today, and I know there are people that say, oh yeah, well, if you don't ask for the like and the subscribe, you might not get it. I suppose that's true, but and likes and subscribes and comments, like the engagement, right? That all helps a creator if people are liking and subscribing to their videos. But I feel like for that subscribe, I feel like people today know that if they watch a video and they really like it, they know to hit the like button. I mean, most of the time. They certainly know that if they want to hear more from that creator, they can hit the subscribe button and they're going to be made aware when that creator when that creator makes another video. So I think people know that now. They don't need to be constantly reminded of it. So I'm not saying you shouldn't ask, I'm just saying I don't think it's that necessary anymore to ask because people just will. That said, it's totally fine. You can ask. Just I don't particularly like it when people ask for it out of the gate in the beginning. It's like, I don't know you yet. I don't even know if I like your video. If I like it, I'll like it. Thanks for the reminder, right? So that's the way I think about that. Question, Rob, how do you do horizontal live streams with an iPhone? You do it like this. Whoops, I just spat on my computer. I don't know what that you got to hold your phone like this. Now, I'm not trying to be. The thing is, I understand where the question's coming from because when I make a video with my phone, if I hit record before I turn it like this, it's going to record it in portrait, and then it's going to come out in portrait, but I'm sideways. Okay, so I know with an iPhone, you actually have to turn your phone like this before you hit record. Okay, and I believe it's the same thing when you're going live. Just make sure you rotate your phone first and then hit go live or record or whatever. Okay? Sorry if that was a bit of a cheesy answer, but yeah, that's all it is. You got to rotate your phone and do it before you start the recording. All right. Question from Rosanny. Hello, Rosanny. Can you give me a ballpark figure on how much your textured selfie stick tripod cost you? Much appreciated. Textured selfie stick? What's going on here? So I have two. So this is one that I bought recently that just extends like this. I like it. I want to say it was 30 bucks. It wasn't very much. 20, 25 maybe. And there's that. This one was a bit more. I've had this for longer. But this one is nice because you can set it down on uneven surfaces. Okay, I like that better for that reason. But I'm going to guess it was 50 or 60 bucks maybe. Sorry, Canadian. So what's that? Like I think our dollar's around. What is it? Divide by 1.35 or 1.4 or something like that. So 60 bucks Canadian might be around 40 US. This one also has a stand. A little harder to open it up, but it does that, okay? But that's a pretty small base, and you can't adjust it like you can the adjustable arms on the other one. So yeah, you can have it stand like this and tighten it up, and then extend it a long way, right? And have it stand up like that. So anyway, I'll just leave that back there. Leave that in the background. So yeah, not very much. Now, this thing that I have here, this is, if I take this off, this is something made by Quadlock, okay? I just have it, it just attaches to a regular old camera, what do you call those things? Part that goes onto your tripod. But the reason I have that, and that was $12, this little adapter, okay? The reason I have that is because on my phone case is by Quadlock, okay? Because I like to go for bike rides, and on my bicycle, I've got a Quadlock connector where I can snap my phone on there and it becomes my speedometer and all that stuff. So I've had that for years. In fact, I have this Quadlock case in like, I think 4 different iPhone sizes. That is a little more expensive. The case, I want to say the case is around 50, oh, well, again, Canadian, so around 40 bucks US probably. Yeah, so that's how much all that costs. But any case, I mean, like this, the selfie stick back here that I told you about, it came with one of these. Okay, so for 30 bucks, you can get that selfie stick that doubles as a tripod, and it comes with this where you can put your phone in it. So this little thing here, you can put your phone in it like this, tighten it down. Whoops, I'm asking, no, I don't want to slide it off. Like this, okay? And then that would screw on to this. Like that. And you can change the angle. And now let's just switch it around, change the angle, point it down to the cat who's interested in what we're doing, and I can switch to the iPhone, and that didn't work. Okay, that didn't work. Why not? Oh, I have to, there, now it probably will work. There. But you can see it's a little bit wobbly. See that? You can easily adjust the height like that. Maybe I should be using this view for that. But yeah, see, a little bit wobbly if you know, because it's not, the base is, it's just this, right? Anyway. Sorry, you guys are probably all going to get vertigo with all these crazy angles and stuff. Let me know what you think of that. Do you think, is this all a waste of effort to put all these different views together? But anyway, that Rosanny is the cost of that. Question from Bill Jensen. How do you feel about a live Q&A on Saturday, say 9 a.m. to 11 Central Standard Time? Sure, if that works for you, go for it. That's totally fine. The thing is, it depends on your audience, right? You want to think about who your audience is and when they're going to be tuned in. If you're reaching people all over the world, then it probably doesn't matter when you do your live, because like someone once said, and it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? Right? So it doesn't really matter. And on a Saturday, why can't I think of the guy's name who sang that? He just passed away a year or two ago. Margaritaville, right? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Actually, it's getting close. Another half hour to be 5 o'clock right here. Yeah, go for it. Actually, Nick Nimmin, he actually popped into this live stream last week, which was awesome. But he's one of my mentors, and he does his live every Saturday. He does it from Thailand, so it's Saturday morning for me here, and you're CST, so that's Central, so that's 2 hours earlier than I am here. So for me, I think Nick goes live at 10 a.m. or maybe it's 9 a.m. for me. So that would be 7 a.m. for you. And he's live for 3 hours every week, every Saturday, him and his brother D. Jimmy Buffett, thank you, Alternative. Oh, it's not, everybody hit me. Nathan, the Roadkill crew, Jimmy Buffett, all about the alternative. Tony Bennett? Okay, I didn't know he sang that. To me, it's Jimmy Buffett, 100%, but I didn't, maybe Tony Bennett sang it. Would he have done a Jimmy Buffett song? I don't know. Great song, absolutely is. I didn't make myself a gin today. I don't usually drink during these live streams, but on the members only ones I do. Getting thirsty now. Great summer song. Summer singer. All right, looking for more questions here. All right. Yes, Brooke, fun is everything. Oh, as soon as I click that, you disappear. Oh, there you are. I said that 500 times yesterday. Yeah, congrats to you, Brooke. 3.5 hour live stream. That's awesome. That just goes to show you that once you get going, you just kind of fall into a groove as long as you can keep talking. Now, my throat's getting a little bit dry. I don't know if I'm going to make it 3. Well, what, 2, 3? Actually, we're 2.5 hours. Maybe I got to stay on. No, I'd have to stay on for another hour to beat what you did last week or yesterday, Brooke. I don't know if I can do that. We'll see. My throat was like that at the end too, huh? Yeah. That's the thing. Us creators, I mean, when you're creating, not usually talking. Well, I guess if you're making a video and you're out doing the walk and talk, you talk, right? Obviously. But other than that, if I'm in my office, researching on YouTube or ChatGPT or whatever I'm doing, it's usually in silence. I'll have some either lo-fi or 80s music on in the background. I got to make sure. Yeah, so here's something else when you're going live. And actually, you probably know this, Brooke, but for those of you thinking about going live, be careful of what music you have on. Because if it's copyrighted music, YouTube won't, they won't like that. They won't allow that. So it happened to me once, maybe 8 months ago now. I went live and when I'm working, a lot of the times I think I have around 20 tabs open in my Google Chrome right now. And one of the tabs quite often is on a music station, just this lo-fi chill music I've got on, almost like elevator music, right? I have that on, but I stop it for my lives. But I think I must have reset something. Anyways, that music was playing in the background. I couldn't hear it, but my audience could. I had it turned down really low. And somebody all of a sudden started to say, like, can you turn that music down? And I'm like, what music? So then I looked at my tabs and there it was. Oh crap, that's playing. So I stopped it and then continued on. Anyways, later that day, I get a message from YouTube saying, copyright notice, right? We found 4 songs in your live stream that were copyrighted. So what do you want to do? Do you want to delete your live stream? Do you want to silence the audio for that part of the music? Or do you want to keep the music there, but the owners of the music will earn the revenue from your live stream? And I'm like, none of those options, please, thanks. But no, sorry, there was another option, which was, do you want us to use our AI tools to remove that music for you, but keep you speaking like you were? And I'm like, yes, please, I'll do that. And anyway, it didn't go down quite like that, but basically there's a tool in YouTube Studio where you can go in and it'll tell you which songs were found, and it listed the 4 songs. It was either under the editing YouTube editor or YouTube copyright. I forget, one of those two. I made a video about it. They said, do you want to remove this one? Yes, remove that one. And you had to do it one at a time, and then it had to kind of re-render the live stream, and my live stream was over 2 hours, I think, so it took a little bit of time. But within a day, I had all 4 of them removed, and then I turned monetization back on. It said, yep, no, good, you're good now, and then I was able to turn it back on. So yeah, so keep that in mind. So that's why, even though I love, it's like I grew up in the 80s and 90s, but I love 80s music. So I quite often will have that on too. But can't do that in a live stream. If you want to make money from your live streams, that is. So something to keep in mind. Okay, I'm scrolling by some questions I know, but I have to get closer to the bottom. Here's a question from Frederick Blogger. Hello, any tip for those who are struggling to make the algorithm catch the new content uploaded to an old channel which had a different type of content? I'd be tempted to start a new channel. Quite honestly, if the new content is going to be different than the old content was, just start a new channel. You would save yourself some headaches and give yourself a better chance at growing more quickly. That's what I would do. And keep your first channel. You don't have to delete it because maybe in the future you might make some more content like that. But yeah, any subscribers you got from that old channel were because of your old content. And if it's not related to your new content, they're probably not going to be interested in the new stuff. So YouTube is going to struggle finding the right people to watch your new stuff. So I would start a new channel. Gloria has a question. I have one of my silly beginner questions. No such thing as a silly question. We'll answer all questions. Or all that I have time for. How do you make part of a video speed up? Like you're doing something that you may want the viewer to see, but it's repetitive and you want to speed it up. I can show you how you would do that in Camtasia. It would be different depending on what program you're using, what video editing program you're using, because that's where you would do it, in the video editing program. If I were to go to my projects, let me just open up a project here and I'll show you, because it's super easy in Camtasia how to do this. Very easy. All right, so if I go, let's share this screen with you. Okay, so here is my Camtasia. This is the last video that I made. Just bring this over here. Oh, I'll remove that question here. Now, let me just zoom this out. Sorry, just getting ready here. Let's fit that. All right, so let's say, okay, I'm chatting with my daughter here. I'll zoom in on this section of the video. So you would identify which section you want to speed up. Let's say I want to speed up from here to there. I don't know. Let's click here. You would cut the video where you want it to split up. So I've got the audio here and the video here. And let's say from that section to here, I want to speed up that section. I will highlight this, speed that up, or sorry, split that there. Now, you can deal with the video and the audio two different ways. Typically, when you want to speed something up, you probably don't also want to speed up the audio. You can, but you may want to remove it and just add music. But I'll show you what happens. So with Camtasia, you right-click and you add clip speed. Let's add it to there, and let's right-click this and add clip speed. Okay, now all you have to do is change it. So we're at 1 times speed. I can change that to 2 times. If I highlight this, I can go up here and change it to 2x. But an easier way is just to grab this little timing thing here and drag it. And see how the clip speed is increasing as I move this? So let's speed it right up to there. And let's also speed up this audio. Why not? If I didn't want the audio and I wanted to add music, I could just delete the audio. Well, let's click and speed that up as well. So we're making the same amount of video happen over a shorter period of time. That's the way to think about it. And now let's just play this and you'll see what happens.
Being on the boat, I just love being on the boat, honestly, and hearing.
There, all right? That's how easy it is in Camtasia. Now, every video editing app would have a different way to do that, but I can show you how to do it in Camtasia. So I hope that helped. All right, so where are we now? Oh, now I forget what I said. Sorry, the most Canadian thing you can say. What did I say that was so Canadian? Did I say I'm sorry? That's a pretty Canadian thing to say. All righty now. How we doing? How we doing for time? We still got 120 people in here. Woohoo! Thank you. Appreciate that, guys. I'm not that boring, I guess. I hope you guys are finding value in this. I apologize if I haven't answered your questions, and I apologize to all the questions that can't be answered just because I don't have the time to answer everybody's, but I hope you're getting value from the questions I do answer. Question from Eddie. How do you get back down to normality after doing a live stream? I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what I do. After a live stream, so this one, we're pushing 3 hours. We're at 2 hours and 40 minutes now. It's been a while. I'm still kind of pumped. If I were to think about it, yeah, maybe I'm getting a bit hungry, but, no big deal. Yeah, I'm amped up, I guess. By the time I'm finished a live stream, if it's a long one, I'll be tired, and I'll go upstairs. I might get some supper. I'll get away from the computer. I don't typically stop a live and stay here and continue to work. I'll go somewhere. I'll go outside. I'll go for a walk. I'll go get supper or whatever. And then maybe later on, I'll come back down and get to work on a video. I mean, I've got some ideas now for the next video. But again, I'm also kind of deep into this outline building of the course. But I will take a break after this. If the live stream was shorter, like it was an hour or less, then maybe I would stay here. But I don't remember the last time I did a short one like that. So that's what I do. Brooke says, I filmed in public before. It's so awkward, but I just push through it and laugh at myself inside my head. That's what you got to... Yes, absolutely. That's what I do too. Laugh. I like to say, I laugh at myself first, like out of the gate, so that if other people are laughing at me, then we're laughing together, right? It's not, no one's laughing at me, and it doesn't matter anyways. I'm too old to care what other people think. But that said, I still find it uncomfortable when I'm filming in public. I try to, if I'm walking on the trail and I see people coming towards me, I'll wait and I'll start it after they pass. That's just. But I'm going to go into Halifax. It's a medium-sized city, 500,000 people, and I'm going to make a video in there too, just to further the point that you can get outside your comfort zone and make a video, and it's okay. Peter says, I lived in Edmonton for a year in 2006, the most beautiful country on the planet without doubt. Awesome, cool. Edmonton it's in this country, but it's about 4,000 miles away. It's quite a ways from me. I've been there, but it gets awfully cold in Edmonton, I can tell you that. Awfully cold in the wintertime. But beautiful in the summer, I'm sure. Yeah, it looks a lot different there, closer to the mountains out there, the Rockies. Okay. Okay, I'm just looking at the scroll here. Okay, I think I'll do it this way now. I've gone right to the bottom and I'll start going up. Now, does that make any sense at all? Probably not. But I'm a lot closer to the end now. Here's a good question. Actually, Nyasha and Steve. Nyasha, I hope I said that right. Can I still monetize my channel if I didn't get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time in 12 months? Yes, and just the way you worded that leads me to believe that you have to do that within 12 months. So let me clear something up. This is something a lot of people don't quite understand. But you don't, it does say within the 1,000 subscribers, there's no time limit on that. You can take as long as you want to get to that, okay? It could take 10 years if you want. It took me 3.5 years. No, to get to 1,000, it took me 3.5 years to get monetized, but it took me, I'm going to say, it was over a year before I got 1,000 subscribers, maybe closer to 2 years. But it's the watch hours that have the 12-month limit on it, but it's a moving target. See, it's not within 12 months and then you start over. Okay, and it's not even it moves to the next 12 months either. It's 365 days. The last 365 days, you need 4,000 watch hours in your last 365 days. Okay. So if you have 3,000 watch hours in your last 365, then the very next day, that 365-day window moves by 1 day, right? Forward, and the back end forward by a day. So you will, let's say 365 days ago, you got 5 watch hours, okay? Those 5 will drop off, but maybe yesterday, the most recent day, you got 10 watch hours. Well, then you're subtracting 5, but you're adding 10. So now you've gone up 5. Does that make sense? So it's a moving target, that 4,000 hours. So you don't have to start over after 12 months. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. Okay, yes, good point. All about the alternative. YouTube Studio has music you can use with no issues around copyright. That's right, in their library. Free music, copyright free. See you later, Stavros, the Curious. Gotta bail. Good night, everyone. No problem. Thanks for stopping in. Okay. Feel like I'm jumping into the middle of a conversation here because I missed some. Sorry, guys. Okay, yeah, I just answered that. All right. I never ask because I know when I like something, I would sub, so I don't want to ask. That's kind of the way I look at it too. Every once in a while, I will ask, just if it fits the narrative. Like we're talking about subscribers now. Like if you're brand new to this channel, you're not subscribed, subscribe now. If you like this content. So there you go. I just did it. I just did it myself. Who's been, okay, here's a question. Now that I'm almost caught up, who's been here since the beginning? Do we have any full-timers here? Who's been here? When I say that, I mean since the beginning of this live stream, which was 2 hours and 47 minutes ago. And now I'll look at the live chats here to see here. Mattman Solar, you've been here all about the alternative. Mattman Solar, Average Mo, you guys all been here the whole time. Holy cow. Rockstars, Canadian Coach, almost 215. Wow. I'm not as boring as I think I am. Adventure with me, Mike, Peter, Brian Weber, Life with Kanye, Andrew Cuthbert, wow, Nathan, Robin. The Drakes were about an hour late. That's okay. That's okay. That means you've been here for an hour and 48 minutes. So that is plenty. That's longer than I would probably watch myself. Dave the Canadian Cruiser, Brooks, almost the whole time, missed the beginning. That's okay. It was just an intro. Sam, all in. Davina, partway. Little Slice of Paradise has a question. All right. So I think the best way to do this now, since I'm caught up, I won't be able to, I'll just look at the live chat so I can ask the questions and answer them. I have a lot of home videos. So my little slice of paradise. I have a lot of home videos from the 70s and 90s, 70s to 90s. Would you recommend I start a YouTube channel with old home videos, or is that something that should be private and no one would be interested? So home movies are something that, yeah, for the most part, it's only your family and probably friends that would be interested in that. It does not make for good YouTube content. That said, there's nothing stopping you from posting it as public, or maybe like what you might want to consider is creating a channel that's just for your family and make it public. But it's my little slice of paradise, call family videos. You could call it, and that's a channel where you put up all your old videos. You could do that. But yeah, most people probably wouldn't be interested in that. It's not something that I see taking off, right? Because it's just home videos, right? It kind of falls into the category of opinion, when I was talking about that earlier today, opinion-based content. People that like to make videos that is just them giving their opinion about something, it's not something that other people are generally interested in, unless it's a well-known person, like a celebrity or somebody with an established channel or an established podcast or whatever. Then maybe they might be interested. But for the most part, if people don't know you, they don't want to see your home videos. So you may want to do that, and then have a second channel as one where you grow a YouTube channel on whatever niche you want. So I hope that helped. Okay. Oh, that's even hard to do because the comments are coming fast and fierce. But that's awesome. I love this. Steve is back from walking the dog, watching it from where I left off, my phone and live from my laptop. Very good. Very good. Home movies tend to be boring, even for your family. So my family tells me about what I upload for them. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they're for you. It falls under the category of, well, it reminds me to remind you, everybody, that when you're making videos for YouTube, if your goal is to grow a YouTube channel and you want to grow this and maybe make money from it, or maybe not, maybe that's not, but if you want to grow, you can't make videos that you want to make. You need to make videos that people want to see. Okay, there's a big difference there. There doesn't have to be a difference there. Like maybe you want to make videos that other people want to see. If you can get there, then that's the place where you want to be. Make videos that other people want to see. And don't be offended if they don't want to watch your home videos. And don't be offended if they don't want to listen to you give your opinion on something, right? People are generally looking for help, and they go to YouTube for help. They search for things, how to do things. It could be anything. It could be maybe somebody's going through a health crisis or scare. Maybe somebody they know or themselves are going through cancer and they want help. They want to learn about this type, right? So it would be helpful for them to listen to advice from maybe somebody who's gone through that, right? So, or any other health type of scare, or any stage of life. Like if you're a single dad and raising kids, there's probably other single dads out there that need to know what you already know. So make videos that help them. If you're a single mom, make videos that help single moms. If you homeschool your kids, make videos, about that, that help others in that same situation. If you know how to sail, make videos that teach people how to sail, not just show people you in a boat, right? Which is kind of what I did in the last video, but that was different. I knew that video wouldn't do that great. It was more of a, I'm taking the day off. I'm going to bring my camera too, and we'll take some shots, and maybe I'll turn it into a video. And I did. But for the most part, people don't want to necessarily see you living your van life and driving around the country. And this is what I see. This is what I see, right? Maybe they want to live the van life and they want to know what it's like. Like they want to know how do I change a tire on a van? What if my water pump breaks and I don't have water? Like, how do I fix that? Stuff like that. If you can make stuff that people want to see, that's, and this is just jumping out at me, Steph, how do you know what they want to see? You ask them. If you're just starting, then you guess. You maybe search YouTube to see what other people in your niche are making videos on and what's working well for them. But once you get going and you have an audience and maybe you're doing lives, ask your audience, like, what else would you like to see from me? What do you need help with? And I'll just segue right into that. I'm asking you right now, not you in particular, Steph, but anybody watching, what other videos would you like me to make? I put a poll up a couple weeks ago asking something similar. What types of videos do you prefer me to make? And I'll often ask here, if you have any ideas for me, let me know in the chat. If you're watching this on the replay, let me know in the comments below. What other kind of videos would you like to see me make? Would you like to see me make? Yeah, I did say that right. Yeah, you ask, and they'll tell you. And if multiple people are asking you the same thing, then that's a good indication that maybe that's a good video to make. So that's one way, anyways. What else do I got here? Brian says, which paid items, courses, consults are you offering currently? So right now I have, I do one-on-one coaching, right? Zoom call. So you can schedule through, I got a link below. You can schedule a call, and I can help you out for an hour. It's 50 minutes, but as long as I don't have another one right after, I typically go over that. And on whatever you want help with, right? Setting up your channel or niche ideas or how to, whatever. So there's that. I've got a couple of courses in there. Let's see. I'm doing some mentorships right now. I've got some people in a mentorship program, which is, I'm not currently offering it to new people right now. I want to see how these ones play out first before I decide if I want to continue to do that or if people are, to see how that goes first. And I'm working, so that's what I offer now. But I am working on a much larger course, basically video-based course, lots of how-tos, a mixture of how-to videos and me talking like this videos. And I've got a list of, at last count, it was like 180 videos. It's going to take me all summer to make, but I think it's going to be really good. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to ask my questions next week. Thanks for answering the ones you got to. You got to many. Sorry, it sounds like I didn't get to them all, but I know I haven't. Sorry about that. Peter, mind over matter. Those who mind don't matter. Those who matter don't mind. Those who mind don't matter. And those who matter don't mind. Yeah. Like it. I like it. Makes perfect sense. For me, when I slow it down. My brain works a little bit slower than most. Hello, Miss Biz. How you doing? Home movies. Okay, I already saw that. I'd love to see you critique a channel live. I'll volunteer mine. What's good, what's not, etc. I've got thick skin. I can't do that right now, but I've toyed with the idea of doing that live. But what I would probably do is have like some kind of an application form, because I'm sure a lot of people would want that. It is a service I have offered. Actually, it's probably still available, a channel review. But yeah, I think we're almost at 3 hours, but I'll be here another 15 minutes anyways. So keep asking questions if you want to. Okay, here's a good question. What kind of setup would you need to do a remote or outdoor live stream? So it could be simple or not. Like, I've actually been meaning to do one with my laptop and phone at some point. It's got to be a nice day, because I don't want my stuff getting rained on. And I don't want to get rained on either. But I did do one outside, and I just had my phone and a tripod. I was on a rocky beach, and you can go back into my lives and find it. It was, I think, last September that I did it. And why don't I? I mean, I have the technology to share my screen, so let me just let's find this. If I just drag this over here. If we go to my channel and go to live, and live, this is live, and these are all the lives. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Live outside, there it is. So streamed 7 months ago. And I know I had some hiccups in the beginning. Cameras, I know some cameras have it, but also, okay, so, but that's, so I did a little intro video. It all had to be different. Same music, but me walking out to the beach. Let's go to the end. I just want to see how this played out. A lot of wind noise. Oh yeah, so I glitched a little bit there. Hear you, but no video, you're saying. Yeah, I gotta cancel. Yeah, I should be able to get rid of that. I think it was Prism that I used to try to get this working. If I go media. You see the way I'm squinting though? That's because my eyes, I'm looking at my phone, like a phone on a tripod. And okay, there it is. I need magnifying glasses on my glasses to, anyway. Get squared away. I had my iPad there. I thought I could read the live chats on the iPad, but it's not an iPad that connects to mobile towers. So I had to connect it to my phone, but I was streaming from my phone, and I think it was just a little bit too much. Yeah, the bottom line, to answer your question, is all you need is your phone and a tripod. I would get a tripod and maybe a comfortable chair. I was sitting on a rock, and I had to move a couple times because that gets uncomfortable. Yeah, that's all you need. If you want to do one where you share your screen and all that, then you would need your computer as well. So there you go. I hope that helps. Let's see. I have a Sony DSC HX80 camera. How do I set it up, get it to work live? It will download finished movies. I'm not familiar with that camera, so I don't know, but it's not, if you're using a camera that's not a webcam, the number one thing, you have to be able to get rid of all of the information around, like some cameras, if you go HDMI, to answer your question, you have to go HDMI out of your camera and into your computer. Okay, so the way I do that, it's like an HDMI mini cable that comes out and plugs into a cam link, and then that basically turns HDMI signal into USB, and then that can be plugged into the computer. That's how that works. I don't know your specific camera, if it has an HDMI out or not. It would need to be able to live stream to it, but then you want a clean HDMI feed out. In other words, without all of the information you typically see on a camera screen showing you, like, you know, your auto white balance and your f-stop number and all that stuff, right? So that's what you need. Clean HDMI out is what your camera will need. I struggle with lightning. Not lightning, lighting. I understood what you meant. Lighting, here's a couple of rules of thumb to follow with lighting. Overhead lights aren't necessarily good, like a light in this bedroom. So I'll show you, 1 second. So try to remember what this looks like, what I look like. I have two lights on. I've got a key light here and a fill light here. If I had the fill light off, that's what it looks like. It's still okay, right? This is still pretty good, but you know, a little more of a dramatic look. Like this side of me is more in the shadows. I also have it's called a hair light, but call it a rim light too, up above. I turn that off. There, I got a little bit darker. And then the only other thing would be, well, this key light. If that's off, you can hardly see me. Okay. Now I'm just going to go turn on the ceiling light. 1 second. There. That's what I look like in this room with just the ceiling light on. Actually, I can turn that backlight off too. Okay. So it's kind of a horrible look. I'm not lit very well, and that's a ceiling light. It's a little bit behind me. If I was back here, I mean, maybe you can see my face better, but I'm yellow, right? It's a yellowish color to it. I'm going to change it back. Put the key light back on. So that'll give you an idea. So these lights that I'm using are 18-inch Neewer panel lights. They come in a kit. You get 2 with the stands. And I think I have a link to that down below. That's all you need, really. I mean, I have that big light in the back there that oh, Peanut moved. She's up top now. But that's another example of something I probably wouldn't get if I were to do this over again. That big aperture light. It's not necessary. These are all you need. Again, you don't need to be perfect, but this works for me. These 2 little panel lights, and I think it's less than $200 for the 2 lights. And but yeah, basically, you want your key again. If you're just working with a key light, you want it to be a little bit above you and a little bit off to the side. You don't want it to be directly facing you, especially if you have glasses, because this is what you'd see. You'd see the glasses in your glasses. You'd see the reflection in your glasses. So a little bit off to the side, a little bit up. If you only have one light, that's all you need. If you have another one, then you can put it on the other side. It doesn't have to be as bright. I think I have this one set at 20%. It can go a lot brighter if I wanted to, and this is like 10% and it's further away. So I hope that helps. Explain thumbnail. I'm new at this. So a thumbnail is a picture. It's an image. It's basically what people will see. Like if you open up YouTube, the homepage, you're going to see a whole bunch of images of videos you could watch. You can click on to watch. Those images are the thumbnails. Okay, it's just an image, and it's a good idea to create those custom. If you don't, YouTube will create one for you. It'll just pick an image out of the middle of your video somewhere. I think it gives you 3 options. But you know, if you typically want control of that. You want to use an image that you want to use, and you want to add text to it, maybe, or images or whatever, right? So you would use a program like Canva, which is a free program you can use. There's a paid version that will do more, but free version is all you need to start. And you can use that to make your thumbnails. And it can be a screenshot from the middle of your video, but one you choose, not one that YouTube chooses. Okay, and then you can add text to it in Canva as well. Then you download that from Canva, and then you upload that to your video in YouTube. Okay, so that's what that is. Watching from work here in Florida. Awesome. Instead of working? That's good. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's a good question, Steve. What sort of mood are you going for? What lights, if any, do you have? A few box lights, a LED desk light, a standard lamp, and a fluorescent overhead. I mean, it's good sometimes. You notice I have a light. Oh, here, right. How do I do this? I'm pointing the wrong way. Right there. There's a light there. That's not lighting me up at all. All that is background ambience, typically called a practical light. It's just good it's part of the background. It's actually more part of the background of the videos I make when I'm sitting in that chair, but it happens to double as the background here too. So they're good to have. You know, if you're trying to kind of create a good look for your video, it might be a nice idea to have a practical light showing somewhere in the background behind you. It all depends on what look you're going for. Here's a question. If no videos are present on your account or channel currently, does it matter how long a username or channel is on YouTube? Nope, doesn't matter. It can be an old channel that you created 10 years ago but never uploaded a video. You can upload a video today if you want. That doesn't matter at all. Oh, here you go. I have this account that I made that I was going to use for a photography channel. That was 5 years ago. I was going to finally upload videos showing adventures and how-tos. Yeah, I mean, you can if you've never uploaded a video to it and you now want to make videos that are different than what you initially wanted to make, just change your about section, change your channel banner, change your avatar if you want, and upload those new videos. Totally fine. You're enjoying yourself? Awesome, Nicola. I'm glad I'm not too boring. If you have a GoPro or DJI camera, you can live stream using your phone and their app on your phone. Very good. Cool. Yeah, play with intensity settings on the box lights too, just bouncing some ideas around. Lighting can be tricky, but once you're locked in, you're good to go. Yeah, I guess it's a matter of setting up the lights, setting up your camera, do a test recording, sit down or stand or whatever you're going to do in the place, and yeah, just test it out. If you could have like a live view that you can see, like if your camera has a viewfinder that you can flip out so you can see yourself and what it looks like, that helps too, while you're placing the lights and setting the intensities and stuff like that. That helps. How do you watch your own video to see what viewers see without affecting your analytics? I don't worry about it too much. I mean, YouTube probably doesn't count my views anyways because I'm the creator. So if I want to watch my video and to see something, I'll watch it on YouTube. I wouldn't worry about that at all. How do you get good enough internet connection outside? Well, there's nothing really you can do other than find a location that has good coverage. So there's a location that I go to film a lot of my videos up on a hill, a couple kilometers away from where I live. I go there quite often, but it does not have good internet coverage there. So I know I can't live stream there. But there's a beach that I've also gone to and I'm filmed at that I know it's got like 5G plus connectivity there. And I know it's a good location. But what you should do is download Speed Test, an app. I mean, there's probably several apps. That's the one I use, to your phone, and test it in different locations and just try to find a place that works well. Like go to a location and, okay, I think this might be a good place to do a live stream. Test it. Like get your phone out and test it and see if it's good enough. As long as you're getting around 10 megabits per second upload speed, then you're good to go. I think you only need 6 to upload or to live stream at 1080p. And I only have 15 in this house. I'm capped. My upload speed's capped at 15 because it's cable internet here. It's not fiber op, unfortunately, which also means it takes a long time for me to upload my videos, which sucks. But hey, I'm used to it. Yeah, that's what I would do though. Welcome, East Carbon Exposed. I'm a new channel and subscriber. Awesome. Welcome, and good luck with your channel. I have yet to do something you don't like. That's good. I appreciate that. Question, where can I download a piece of music to use repeatedly for intro, outro that won't be an issue with copyright? Go to YouTube's library. In YouTube Studio, there's a library. You can download any music from there, and it's all royalty free. Do I need a microphone to go live on my phone? You don't need one, but pay attention to the wind, okay? If there's any amount of wind, then you're going to want a microphone to cover up the wind noise. One with a dead cat that you put on it, or a wind muff, or a wind guard, it's sometimes called. A fluffy thing that sticks off of your microphone like this. Something like this that will go on your phone. And this little thing, I mean, they're cheap. They're not expensive at all. You'd want to get the right one for whatever mic you get. And I don't believe there is one that's for your phone. Maybe some phones have some version of this, but you can get a relatively cheap or inexpensive microphone that's wired that'll plug into your phone for around $25-30, and you can get I think you can get a pack of 5 of these for like $5 or $10. So yeah, I would do that, and then because any amount of wind at all in my iPhone, anyways, really shows up, and so you'd want to cut that down. So that would be the only reason to not just use. If it's not windy at all and you're just going to go live on your phone, then it's totally fine. So that would be my consideration there. Yeah, YouTube editor can help with that. Lots of great music to sort through. Yeah. Follow-up question, was the phone able to do both live stream and iPad internet at the same time, or should one use a separate dedicated hotspot? Yeah, I was not able to get that to work, but I only tried it that once, so I wouldn't necessarily say it can't be done. It couldn't be done by me on that day. And also, my iPad is very old. It's a really old iPad, very slow. I don't know if that had much to do with it, but if you had a dedicated hotspot that your iPad could use while your phone is using, or maybe you're both could probably use that, then you're probably all right. Yes, Catherine, you can download music from YouTube Studio and upload it to, or insert it into iMovie. Absolutely, and reuse it. Yep. Is live calculated in watch hours? Yes, it is. And that's one of the reasons why I think lives are so great, especially if you need to get your watch hours up. Yeah, it absolutely counts. So yeah, if you have 10 people watching you for an hour and they all watch all of the hour, that's 10 hours of watch time that you've accumulated in your live stream. So it's a fantastic way to get your watch hours up. Brooke is going to think I'm trying to beat her 3.5 hours, but I'm not. I think I've got maybe another 5 minutes or so left, if that's all right. When you have less than 10 subscribers, you should uncheck subscribers feed or leave it checked when you upload a video. I would leave it checked. You know, it doesn't matter how many you have. I would leave it checked. It just increases the chances that more people will see your video. So that's what I would do. Oh, in relation to the phone mic question, I purchased a wireless lapel mic for £17. Came with 2 wireless mics and windsocks for both mics. Receiver connects all phones. Beautiful. Perfect. That's all you need. That's all you need. Our channel is currently stuck in a rut on 961 subs while other similar channels are motoring along. Any suggestions how I can push to that golden 1,000 marker? Is it because I don't use TikTok? No, it's absolutely not because you don't use TikTok. That has nothing to do with it. All you can do is just, you can dig into your analytics and try to look at your videos, maybe sort your videos based on popularity and figure out what videos did the best for you, and then look at what types of videos they were. Maybe you need to do more videos like that. Do more of what has worked and less of what's not working. So you can find things like that out in your analytics. For each video, you can check the click-through rate, the CTR. That is a measure of how well your titles and thumbnails are performing, and try to figure out which titles and thumbnails perform the best, and maybe take some design advice from those, right? If you had a thumbnail that worked really well, high click-through rate, then maybe make more thumbnails like that. If you had video content where people watched for longer, and you got a lot of views, then okay, maybe that's a topic you want to make another video about. Or maybe it was the way you made the video. Maybe you delivered your intro nice and quick and got right to it, and people liked that and they stuck around for the whole video, right? So you want to try to analyze what's working and what's not, and do more of what's working. And that's really all I can say. And don't even worry too much about the whole 1,000 subscribers, because I'll tell you, it's anticlimactic when you get there. Like 1,000 subscribers, that might mean now you're going to make $20 a month, right? It's going to start slow. It might start at a couple hundred, maybe $500 even, but usually it's more like $100. I shouldn't say usually, because it's all over the map. But my point is, the growth, you don't want the growth to stop when you hit 1,000 subscribers. You want to keep going, and it's a long-term thing. Some people, it only takes a few months and they're making lots of money. Some people, it'll take a couple of years. But the more you can focus on what's working and what's not, and do more of what's working, and just try to keep leveling yourself up. Keep making videos. Keep making your videos better. Right? The more you can do that, the more you'll grow. And then the monetization, it'll just come. Oh, Catherine got 7 new subscribers while she's been here on this live. Awesome. That's great. That is great. There we go. Love it. Richard, I'm new here from the French Alps. This is a great session. Welcome, Richard. Welcome. Always like to see new people here. What else we got here? Oh, I missed one. Oh, no, I got that. The Drakes had to step away for a sec. Hopefully we didn't miss you answering our question. Oh, I might have, the Drakes. I might have. If you can ask it again right now, I'm at the bottom here, and I will answer it. If you're still here. If you're still here, ask your question, and I will answer it right now. Question, any updates on the Insta360? No, nothing new. I've only used it in the one video that I made last week, but I've got some ideas for it. My focus has shifted a little bit, as mine typically does all the time. But no, I've done nothing else. But if you haven't seen my latest video, no, it wasn't my latest one. It was the one where I went to Peggy's Cove. The one with a thumbnail of me sitting in my car. That one, I used it there. And you can tell because there's a shot in the video where you can see my phone on a tripod that I'm talking to making my video. So I had the Insta360 set up just behind it. So there you go. It seems that a handful of creators are dominating the niche I'm in. My content is great, videos can improve, but it's kind of daunting, the lack of visibility I get. Yeah, it can be daunting, but just keep plugging away. I mean, you have to differentiate yourself somewhat from the rest. So if you're putting yourself in your videos, I don't know if you are or not, but that's the ticket. If you're talking about AI videos, then I don't know what the answer is, because there's no way to differentiate yourself that way. You're not putting yourself in your videos, but just something to think about. That's why I think it's so important to put yourself in your videos and talk to the camera, because then people are more apt to connect with you, right? Help people. That's what people are looking for. They're looking for help out there. Yeah, definitely keep posting content and try to analyze what's been working best. I did and took leaps and was monetized in a matter of about 6 to 7 weeks. Subs will find you. That's right. Make videos for people. Don't make videos people want to watch, not videos that you think are good and that you just want to make. You know what I mean? That's a mental mindset shift. Oh, posted my second video, realized I forgot to extract audio from B-roll clips, deleted the video, fixed it, and re-uploaded it. Did I screw up? Yeah, but you fixed it. So it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. That's good. But good catch. You know what? That's all part of it. You've just learned something, right? And when you say extract, yeah, you wanted to silence the audio or get rid of the audio, remove the audio from the B-roll. I've done that too, actually. I've left that in. Sometimes you do want to leave it in, but most times I think you take it out. Depends on the kind of video you're making. Oh, and maybe this is the question here. The Drakes. Last week, someone advised we were unable to at a reply because we were on mobile. We're on a laptop today, still unable to at a reply. Any other suggestions on what the issue might be? Oops, excuse the typo. I missed the typo, but no, I don't know why. So if I just type at in the reply in the live chat, nothing shows up. But now your handle is the Drakes. So if I go TH, okay, now a bunch of options showed up. And it's for people in this chat, and the Drakes, you're one of them. So now I just click it, and you're there. So it's there, at the Drakes. And if I press enter, that's how that works. So for me, my name is highlighted, but yours is not. For you, your name would be highlighted there in that case. Nothing shows up for you either. Oh, I wonder why. But yeah, I think last week we figured it was because people on the phone. Could it be the VPN? Maybe. That might, I don't know why it would be though, but yeah, no, I don't know why that would be. Can you do a video to shout out new channels and help us out? Mine is certified campaholic. I'm stuck at 552 subscribers. So I've got an answer for you here. The answer is no, but let me explain. So I will say I've been getting a lot of comments to my videos, which really aren't comments to my videos. It's more people trying to connect with other people, and it's called sub for sub. People are saying, oh, subscribe to us or shout us out and all this stuff. You have to know that many people don't know this, but it can hurt your channel. And it's not just because YouTube doesn't like sub for sub or people to shout out shouting out channels is not a bad thing if it's in the same niche, but to randomly shout out a channel that has nothing to do with my channel is not going to help that person. Like if the people that follow me may not necessarily follow you, right? So if, let's say you even get subscribers from a shout out that I do for you or for anybody else, those aren't going to be subscribers that are going to be very good subscribers to you if your channel is about something completely different than mine, all right? Therefore, when you come out with a new video and it gets shown to your existing 552 subscribers and maybe 400 other ones that you get from a shout out, and if those 400 other ones aren't interested in your content anyways, now when you put out a new video, when YouTube measures how well it does and notices that on average less people are viewing your video, less of your subscribers percentage-wise are viewing your video, it's going to push it out even less than before. Does that make sense? So that's why you only want subscribers that find you organically from YouTube doing its thing, trying to find the right people for you. Those are the only subscribers you want. You don't want, even if it puts you over 1,000 and that's a goal of yours, you don't want subscribers just to subscribe because you asked them to or because somebody else suggested they should. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? I feel like a lot of people think that just exchanging subscriptions is going to be a good thing for both people, but it really isn't. If anything, it hurts. You think you're doing somebody a favor by subscribing to them, But unless you are deeply interested in the content that that person's putting out, even if it's a friend of yours, right? That's why I've made a video on why you shouldn't tell your friends and family about your YouTube channel. And that even kind of backfired. The video did well, but people got the wrong message. They started saying comments like, yeah, you're right. Like, my family doesn't support me. And, they want to see me fail. And strangers are the best supporters. And they almost say it in a way that, like, they're upset that their family and friends aren't watching and subscribing to their channel, whereas they shouldn't be. If anything, they should be happy that, phew, I shared that and nobody subscribed. Thank God, because if they subscribed just because they think you're doing you a favor, because maybe you said, do me a favor and subscribe to me, no. It's a lot. It's a lot to ask of somebody to watch all your content, even a friend or a family member. That's a lot. I guess it depends on how much you put out, but there's that. And B, everybody is busy. Everybody's lives are full of their own thing, and they're interested in their own things, right? So it's a lot to ask of somebody to subscribe to you just for the sake of doing it. And remember, that might hurt your stats, your analytics. And if your analytic numbers are going down, your retention's going down, YouTube's not going to push your video out anymore. I just noticed Brian Johnson is in the house. Hello, Brian. Welcome. Good to see you here. Wow, long live stream. Yes, it is long. I'm getting tired. Preaching the YouTube gospel. I'm going to give a shout out to Brian, which is exactly what I just said you shouldn't do, shout out other people, but he's in the same niche as I am, and I've learned a lot from Brian over the years. So if you're trying to grow your YouTube channel, Brian's another. If you don't know about Brian, you should check his channel out too, because he's got a lot of good stuff over there. A lot of good stuff on thumbnails too. Thumbnail testing. I do thumbnail tests now, Brian, by the way. Not every time, but a lot of times, and it's helped. So thank you for that. We actually had a chat, Brian and I, several months ago now. If you go back through my podcast tab, you'll see that. I think we chatted for like an hour, and that was a lot of fun. Bet you are tired. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I don't talk this much in the run of a day. So maybe I'm just getting it all out now. But yeah, no, having fun. But I think I'm going to wrap it up soon, guys. So I'm just going to check here at the bottom, see if there's, what is thumbnail testing? There you go. Well, I know Brian could answer that, but yeah, basically on YouTube. Now, I'm not sure if everybody has this yet. I know when they first brought it out, it was only to certain people, but maybe it's out for everybody now. I don't know. Maybe Brian, you could answer that. But basically, when you upload a thumbnail to your YouTube video in your YouTube studio, you have the option to upload 1, 2, or 3 videos. Or sorry, 1, 2, or 3 thumbnails. And YouTube will test them. Like when your video goes public, it will equally test all 3 thumbnails, and it'll generate a report within a couple hours as to which one is performing better, right? And so what I normally do, I don't know if this is what you do, Brian, but I usually go back maybe 3-4 hours later, and I'll take a look. And if one is outperforming the others by a lot, I'll end the test right there, and I'll pick that one. That's the way I've been doing it. Some other people may let it run for days. I don't know. Maybe Brian can chime in and let us know what he does. But that's what I do. No problem. Campaholic. I'm glad that makes sense. Yes, everybody has access. Easy way to boost watch time. There you go. Everybody has access. Perfect. What? Is that in studio? Yes, it's in your studio whenever you upload a video. In the very same spot where you upload your thumbnail. Okay, you can choose to upload more than one. You do the same thing every like after a few hours. Yeah. If I notice that all 3 or 2, sometimes I'll only upload 2. And also what I do, and I think I got this from you too, Brian, I typically don't change. like most of my thumbnails are just a screenshot of me from within my video. Okay. So what I test usually is the text that I put on that. I'm usually happy with the image, the background image that I choose, and I test the text. And I'll use ChatGPT to give me a couple other options to use, and I'll create 3 versions, or 2 sometimes. And yeah, if I find that the 2 or 3 versions are, let's say there's 3 and they're all 33%, they're equally performing, I'll let the test continue to run for maybe a day and then check back and see. So just a couple things you do. But the thing is, it's like with anything, with any scientific process, when you're testing something, you want to do your best to only change one variable, right? Otherwise, if you change 2 variables, right? Like if you change the text and you change the actual background image and you see a difference, one is outperforming another, how do you know what caused the difference? Was it the background change or was it the text change? Which one was it? You don't know, right? So that's why I usually, another way to do it is change your background, but don't change the text, right? If you really know the text, okay, this text is perfect. This is just perfect for my title. Then maybe give it 2 different backgrounds, and test which one is better. But I usually do the text testing. Ask Brazil. I just started a channel with a more personal bias. It's easier and more relaxing, so I'm glad I did it. I don't really have to have a script. That's really the best way, especially for older crowds. Yeah, you're just talking to the camera and you're comfortable doing that, then congrats to you. That's awesome, because a lot of people have a hard time doing that. It took me a while to get over that hump too, but that's the best way to make videos, I think, too. Get on that thumbnail test bandwagon. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. Okay. Question from Steph. Do you think people like to watch more vlog type of videos, like talking to the camera about different topics, or do you need to stick to one niche or topic and the same one on all videos? So I feel like it's easier for established channels to change topics more than it is for somebody just starting out. When you're starting out, I feel like you have a better chance of growing your channel if you just stick with one topic or group of topics. A better way to think about it is not sticking to one topic, but sticking to one audience, right? An audience who's interested in topic A might also be interested in topic B if they're closely related, right? So that's the best way to start, because nobody knows who you are yet, right, when you're starting out. But once you are established, then you might be interested, like you as a viewer might be interested in watching this established person talk about something else. You might want to know what his opinion is on something, whereas people don't typically want to know a random person who they don't know who it is, and a brand new creator. They don't typically want to know their opinion on something, right? So that's why it's best, I feel, to start out talking about a niche or talking to a niche audience, and stay within your lane, and don't make it opinion-based stuff. Make it more helpful stuff, like help people solve problems, right? Help people, like ask yourself, okay, this is the audience I'm trying to reach. What problems do they have? Like, what do they need help with? And then, how can I help them with this? And then make a video on that. So yeah, but do people like to watch more vlog type? I think people like to watch vlog type videos from people they know, from creators who are established and they've watched them before, right? So if you get known for talking about your niche, then, make a vlog style video, right? Like, so for example, my channel, I'm up over 60,000 subscribers now. Awesome. Thank you very much. But, that might seem large to some, but it's pretty small to some others. But when I make a video that is a little bit outside my niche, like the one I made last week, it was kind of, it was more of a vlog style one where I was out sailing, right? I was with my daughter. The two of us had a chat. I know a lot of my viewers would be interested to see that, me talking with my daughter. It's not something I've done before on video. It's interesting, right? It's your way to see another side of me, or see me on a sailboat sailing and stuff, and that's your way of seeing another side of me. But making that video, I knew, and it was confirmed that a video like that is not going to perform as well on my channel as a video where I'm actually helping people solve a problem, which is what I normally do, right? And that's because, the people who watch my videos all the time, they watched that and they loved it. But I wouldn't have gotten any new subscribers from a video like that. Okay, so therefore the overall performance of that video was less than my typical, call it helpful advice while walking on a trail type videos. Those tend to do better. Okay, so doesn't mean I'm not going to do vlog type videos. I still will, but I know going in that video is not going to do as well, and I'm okay with that. Right? Sometimes you need to make videos, or you should, or you might want to make videos that might not do well, but perhaps should exist on your channel, if that makes sense. So I hope that helped. Steph, I hope that helped. Let's see now. Do you have to wait between uploading and publishing? You don't have to wait, no. I typically do. I typically like to schedule mine, but if I'm running late, I'll publish it right away, right? So you don't have to wait. And this seems suitable. Need to drop. Thanks again, Rob. Wishing everybody well. You know what? I need to drop too. And oh, by the way, Brooke, if you're still watching, I passed you. 3 hours and 40 minutes. So your turn. Beat that. Oh my. Getting silly now. I'm getting tired and I'm getting hungry. So, you know what, guys? I'm sorry. I will, if you want anybody whose question was not answered in this live, if you want to post it in the comments section after I'm done, feel free, and I'll answer them there. I answer all my comments. I answer all questions given to me in the comments of all my videos so far, anyways. So thanks for stopping in today. This was fun. I'm tired, but you probably are too. There's still 100 of you in here. God bless. That's awesome. Thank you. We'll do this again next week. I hope to have probably only just one video out this week. Might be it won't be tomorrow. I'm too tired for that. Thursday or Friday, probably Friday. And then we'll go live and we'll do this again next Tuesday. All right. So yeah, if you have any questions, any videos you'd like to see me make, drop it in the comments below or here in the chat. I'll check it out. And with that said, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. All right, guys. Cheers.